creme find an 8.
Oh,
They
wow.
can. Wow. And they hit a queen.
bingo.
Oh, they hit quads.
That's rude.
Could this be it? Could this be it? It is it. $10,000. Oh, ace king versus ace 8. There's an 8 though. It is a king.
Ball.
And it's over.
That's a magic trick.
That's right, everybody. It's Magic Monday time, and it is sale week over on 888 Poker. That's here. That's us. Thank you for joining us. I'm David Tuckman. Nick Wealthall alongside me in the metaphorical sense. He's actually many, many miles away, but you know how it works here in 2025. Exactly. Definitely spiritually. You're inside, okay? Mm-hmm. You're in my heart.
Appreciate that.
We've got a great final table for you, and good news, all these players, well, they either got in via satellite or max, they got in for $55. That's right. The price was cut in half, 50% off, but same great guarantee over on 888 Poker. Plus, of course, we still have the same great giveaways, the same great free roll. And listen, you're not getting half of Nick Wealthall. You get the entire thing today.
I am here 100%.
Yeah.
Never reduced, always fully inclusive. That's just the Nick Wealthall guarantee. Good to see you, David. Good to see you, chat. Well done for finding us in the UK because we're on earlier because the clocks are different or something. I don't know why, but it is a Magic Monday officially. That's what matters.
It's so dumb.
Changing the clocks.
It's just so dumb.
It's a confusing onion. No two ways about it.
There's just no reason for it. Nobody cares. We're not farmers anymore, people. What are we doing? I don't understand it.
Very few of us are farmers currently.
It just drives me nuts. All you do is confuse people here. I was going to say it's a dangerous flop here for for chips with 4.9 million with pocket nines. I mean, a lot out there. You figure nines are probably still good, but the ace on the turn probably keeps this pot from getting too big. Clubs got there as well. So not much you can beat now if you're chips when I assume you're facing this bet. This is a blind on blind confrontation, so two pretty big hands. So we mentioned $55. It is a $100,000 sale week mystery bounty main event. 888 Poker just does this. Every once in a while, we have sales. This sale, I imagine, is in honor of the clocks changing.
You think?
I think so. People are upset. People are a little bit, they're like, wait, I have 1 hour less of daylight. I might be depressed now because it gets dark at like 3:30 in the UK and, you know, other European countries. So it's a little bit depressing. So this is our way at 888 Poker to make you less depressed.
You got to not miss these, haven't you, if you're playing online poker over a weekend, because it's a 100K guarantee for $55. Pretty ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is Kings versus Jacks.
Yeah, this is unlucky for Peaky Collins. Good news for Peaky Collins is they do have their opponent covered, but this one could get big and it could get ugly. We'll see how it plays out. I think if you're Peaky Collins, you can kind of think, hey, would the player who's currently second in chips risk all of their chips against me if they didn't have a really strong hand?
Yeah, part of it would defend how much Peaky Collins has been opening, which we don't know, but still, definitely you can call in position. Makes it a lot easier to get into loads of trouble.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I don't mind this call. I do think you keep your opponent's bluffs in there. And when your opponent does jam on you, you kind of hate life. You're like, oh, that wasn't the plan with Jacks. Now what? Am I calling off like, I don't even know, 200 big blinds with Jacks?
No, you're never calling off 200 big blinds with Jacks. If you find yourself doing that, you should step away from both the whiskey bottle and the terminal.
Yeah, it's probably good news. Tequila's okay, by the way. Completely approved. You can have tequila whenever you want. That's fine. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us here. As always, we want to welcome you. We've got lots of giveaways for you. And, of course, as we mentioned, we have a free roll for you. That free roll will start in, I don't know, does the free roll still start in 25 minutes?
Yeah, say it does. I've no idea. You all want to think yourself lucky I'm here. I thought it started in an hour, this show.
But, by the way, nobody knows. It's impossible to know.
It's impossible. The Jacks do fold on the turn. Lime, when does the free roll start? Me and David couldn't be more confused.
It starts in 1.5 hours. Okay.
It starts in 1.5 hours. Brilliant. So we haven't changed the time of the free roll, but we have changed the time of the show. You people are using random number generators to make your decisions. That is my comment.
Yeah. So good news is the free roll will start in 1 hour and 24 minutes. So plenty of time to register, obviously.
Chill out about the password.
Yeah. Bad news is that we won't really be able to follow your progress in it in all likelihood.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We've got an all-in here. I think Peaky Collins can call this. It's not that many blinds. You've already got 70,000 in there. The worry is that you've got a player behind still. I might call this. I might even just make this 2 million. Ace Jack suited, a good enough hand against a late position open and a big blind shove that's not that deep. It's just not risking that many of your chips.
Yeah, it's not a huge shove. And
yeah, it's probably not awful to fold it either. But I think, I think it's probably a shove, but I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. It's like big blinds.
It's definitely quite a tight fold because you're saying with that fold that they're shoving. I mean, yes, okay, there's another player in the pot, so that's a little bit of a factor. But you are basically saying they're shoving ace queen plus. If you're folding ace jack suited, so
yeah, I mean, I just
for 12 big blinds, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that against the late position open, which what it was, I think that the player in the small blind could be shoving hands as badly as like pocket sevens, ace five suited, stuff like that.
They can be shoving, they can be shoving lighter as a bluff if they like. It's just the steel window is open, isn't it? When you have that size stack, they can be shoving like 10-8 suited as literally a semi bluff. So
yeah,
it is quite tight to fold ace jack suited there, I think.
What's up, Getamonis? What's up, Pedro? What's up, Quantum Criminal? Hello, Cindy Bear. I love, of course, the Lime Ricky, who's in Costa Rica. Leo Gygax. Hey, guys. Hello to you, my friend. We do have, due to a clerical error, I won't say whose mistake it was, Lime. I won't say whose mistake it was, Lime. But we only have 4 $109 tickets to give away today. Nobody knows whose mistake it was. We do apologize for the error, Lime. Yeah. And a free roll, by the way, that starts at 1 hour and 22 minutes. There is $500 in cold hard cash being given away there. Nothing being taken away.
Lime, can they register now? Can they register early?
I think it's 1 hour.
Right, that's what I thought. She's saying announce the password, but I'm not sure that it does them any good yet. I was just checking.
You know what, though? We'll do it anyway, because this one actually makes sense.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Well, Halloween is coming up this Friday, right? And it's obviously my favorite holiday. I love Halloween. And the password, very appropriately, is scary 888. Scary 888.
All in the call, David.
Ooh, ace, a 3 or a
All
6.
out.
No, now it's an ace or 6, and there's a 6.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's an exciting way to disperse 4.2 million chips.
Really is. Really unlucky. Well, probably not that exciting for Pot Checker.
No.
Who had the best
unexciting.
hand. Yeah, they had the best hand, and they turned a set and still lost.
Nettie says you're an hour early. Yeah, we're an hour early. Tell me about it. I was naked when we were about to go on air. I had absolutely no idea.
Yeah, you should have done the show like that.
We do need the viewers.
Ratings would have been through the roof. Speaking of,
means.
Without a doubt. Speaking of Nick Wealthall being naked, the password is scary 888.
Fair.
It does bring me to my one of my favorite movies. Have you ever seen American Beauty?
I have seen American Beauty. Is that really one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, I liked it for different things. There's many levels of it that I liked, okay? I mean, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite, like top 10, but I just really enjoyed the writing and I enjoyed the performances. And one of my favorite lines in it, though, was just so honest, was when Kevin Spacey went to his neighbors and he was talking about working out, and they said, "Well, what do you want? You want to, you want to build muscle, or do you want to get leaner, or you want to get better shape?" And Kevin Spacey just looked at him and said, "I want to look good naked."
That's it.
And I kind of
There's never been another reason to go to the gym.
right. I just want to look good, and that was like I was like, yeah, okay, that's pretty much it, right?
Ace King for Infection Town. They have some big blinds.
Is that Infection Town or Infection Tom?
Oh yeah, Infection Tom. Tom has got an infection.
Yeah, well, Tom
You
went
want
to
to see
Infection Town.
someone about that, Tom? For goodness sakes, you can't just be turning up at a final table sitting next to people if you're infected.
But do you know what the kids play these days? When you grew up, did you play tag?
Yeah, sure. When I was tiny, yeah.
Right. Well,
I
kids today,
22, 23, but yeah.
yeah, it's a fun game. Kids today, instead of playing, they still play tag, but they call it infection.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was COVID. Maybe it's all the zombie movies. I don't know.
COVID.
It's the same game, same exact game. It's just you're getting infected.
Have you ever seen those dudes that play professional tag?
No, that's not a real thing.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is a real thing.
Stop.
There are tag contests. There are.
Don't be ridiculous.
There are.
You get paid for it?
I believe there are prizes, yeah.
Because you're not professional unless you're making a living doing it.
Well, yeah, okay, fine. But, they're elite taggers. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so they're like, yeah, they know how to touch people. Good. That's also called pedophile.
That's not what that is. You're very confused. They're both adults, okay?
I'm on fire tonight.
I think this is the most dangerous version where you think you're on fire, but actually this is... This is bad for Kenny G. Kenny G's going to have to throw on some Kenny G to recover from this exiting from the tournament.
Listen, Kenny G should have gone a long, long time ago. I don't know how Kenny G is still here. I don't know how he's still relevant, but can he catch a jack? Oh, it's looking bad. It's looking really bad. It's not going to happen for Kenny G. Kenny G goes the way of his music. He is out in 8th place. Takes home $800 plus $40 in bounties. Not a lot of bounties for them. $840 when it's all said and done. But I'm going to say something good about Kenny G. And nobody ever says anything good about Kenny G. They won their ticket to this event in a free roll. And this is their biggest score on 888 Poker ever.
Oh, well done. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. They got here for free. So it cost them $0 to play in this tournament, and they're walking out with $840. I am going to ask my expert mathematician what the ROI on that is. Nick?
It's really high.
Yeah. Really high.
Really, really high. It's the kind of thing you want.
Yes, invest $0, walk home with $840. Well done, Kenny G. So 7 players remain. Up top, by the way, $6,500. We have one sort of significant bounty left. It's a $300 one. Pika Collins, by the way, has already picked up $1,600 in bounties. Rally 10, who's in this hand with A6, has picked up $2,200 in bounties.
Yeah, the big bounty was won by a tall guy who finished 78th. Do you feel slightly apologetic if you won the big bounty and finished 78th?
No way.
You wouldn't? You wouldn't feel like...
Not even slightly bad.
I don't deserve these 10 Gs. You wouldn't even... You wouldn't care.
Listen, Nick, I often look at my beautiful wife and my house and my job and I go, I don't deserve any of this. Am I even slightly sorry for it? No.
There you go. It's a good attitude. Oh, it's not about deserve, is it, David?
Don't look a gift horse to the mouth, folks. Random Regs, by the way, is relevant in this thing. So Random Regs, who has just opened this pot with Pocket Kings, they are 3rd in profit on the 2024 leaderboard. They pulled the $100,000 bounty last year in the XL Spring main event.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think they deserved it? Do you think they felt sorry for it? No way.
I think they love 888. That's what I think.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
I would. Even more than I already do.
What's up, Con Martioni? What's up, Crazy Scotsman? What's up, Wayneo? Run Gooder? Thank you all for being here. We have 4 $109 tickets to give away and also 2 more at the end of the show. So 6 in total. Again, as always, if you redeemed your Twitch points and you got on the Wheel of Justice, make sure you are here. It is very, very painful when we spin and we have to respin because you're not here, especially if you're a friend of the show.
Very painful. A bit funny, but obviously we feel bad while laughing and feeling bad.
I mean, unless you're Soranaki, then just keep doing it because it's hysterical.
Yeah, it's a great bit that they're doing, isn't it? Yeah. The I'm really unlucky bit. Good.
It'll be hysterical, by the way, if they ever actually win and they're not eligible to play on 88.
Poor Soranaki.
Podchecker is happy to talk deal. We have switched over to big blinds, and as you can see, we have a few significant stacks in one shorty. My wife, by the way, loves when I wear this T-shirt. Can you see it on the air?
Can we see it on the air? Oh, we can now, yeah. It says, I heart my hot girlfriend.
Yep. I wear it on dates with my wife. It's great. Oh, let's be honest. She's got a good sense of humor. She married me. Ooh, Chips is also happy to talk deal. Is this the day they all do it? Is this the day we have a 7-way deal?
Could be, couldn't it?
You'd be so excited.
We probably only need 1 or 2 more to get on board, and we'd have it.
Yeah, the pressure.
They get a momentum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. People would feel very...
King Collins has got 90 big blinds. We've got a lot of chips at this final table. This could be a long one because we've got, what have we got? 90, 80, and 70. That's a lot of chips.
No, seriously. And Chips has 50 big blinds.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, outside of Pot Checker, nobody is short. Yeah, this one could go on for a while, no doubt about it. Lime Rookie, by the way, wins Dad Joke of the Year. If you put in exclamation point Soranaki, the joke is apparently Soranaki was very sorry, Naki, that he wasn't in chat that day. Get it? Sorry. Yeah, exactly.
I get it, yeah.
Dad jokes for the win.
I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, Pot Checker. As a man who likes to tell the truth, even when it hurts, nobody's doing a deal while you've got 5 big blinds.
No,
I really respect the hustle. I respect. I get where you're coming from, but I just don't think it's going to happen. You need to understand a little bit more about leverage in deal situations. I
mean, maybe what if Pot Checker came out and said, "I'll take 7th place money." Right?
Yeah. I think they will get 7th place money.
They likely will get 7th place money, but we've seen crazier things happen. Peaky Collins has got a flush. Random Regs has got absolutely nothing. This pot shouldn't really be all that interesting, but Random Regs is going to take a shot at it. There's a call. Let's see if Random Regs wants to fire one more shell. They go 11 big blinds here. Really tough for Peaky Collins to make the call. Go 4 on the turn and then 11 on the river. Does Random Regs have it in them? The winner of this hand, by the way, will be our chip leader. And they give up.
Pot Checker just showed the straight flush card. Damn it.
Darn.
Could have had that one.
Yeah, without a doubt. This might be one they end up going with. I mean, they have 4.9 big blinds at the start of this hand. So, if it gets heads up, They may just want to let it go. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to go with this. I'm certainly calling. And if I get a pair, a draw, anything, I'm just going all in with it. I want to avoid getting this like 4 ways, 5 ways. I do make the call, and you just, well, that's easy. I was going to say, if you see the 6 alone, you're going with it.
Yeah. Clever, trappy check.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure you get the last 2.5. I think you're good. Don't worry. I think you're good. Still has a split. Oh, that's pretty unlucky.
I mean, considering you got 5 big blinds, you're like, I got it in with 2 pair, and my opponent made the nuts. Like, what?
Yeah. That's really unlucky.
Pot checker out, and look at that. Pot checker was worth $300. Random regs. Random regs is really good at picking really large bounties.
And Podchecker can at least, when they tell the story, they can just start the story without saying how many big blinds they had.
No, right.
And then it sounds like a really cruel final table bad beat.
Yeah.
Flop 2 pair and go out.
Yeah, I got out, 6-5, ace 6-5, and I'm out. What can I do there? Nothing. There's nothing you could do. The remaining bounties are all of the smaller variety. As always, by the way, a lot going on here on our 8-8 Poker Twitch channel. We've got our Magic Monday shows pretty much always on a Monday, except when they're on a Tuesday. Sorry, figure it out. But when our shows are on a Monday, we've got the home game on Tuesdays. Tomorrow, our host is Josh Manley, and you can take your shot at a $109 ticket if you KO Manners from the tournament. Plus, of course, more prizes. Wednesday, we've got Leo Jacura from the Gun Show of Brazil. He joins us again, and he's going to be playing against Ian Simpson in the Blast-Off this week. Predict the winner and join us for tons of giveaways. And then on Thursday, Nick Eastwood, Mr. Negative himself, takes charge of the stream during the takeover.
Mr. Negative himself. What sort of a brand is that?
That's his brand, hey. Hey, listen, there's I feel like there have been many heroes, many
Yes.
really, really successful actors who have kind of like built a brand on being like the loser. And I'm not suggesting Nick Eastwood's a loser, but the brand of being negative, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Like?
Married with children, the husband.
You can't even remember his name. So what sort of a brand is that?
Dude made millions on that show.
Mr. Married with Children.
Homer Simpson.
Homer's not negative. Homer's blindly optimistic. That's why he gets himself into such hilarious scrapes.
Okay, fair enough. Let's think. I'm trying to think. Oh gosh, somebody help me out here. Ed Bundy. Thank you, Lime.
Ed Bundy was a serial killer.
Al Bundy, not Ed Bundy. Good point. Ed Bundy. He also, yeah.
He also
negative.
was quite negative.
Very negative guy.
Yeah.
It was Ted Bundy, actually, not Ed. There's no Ed.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
It's funny if it's Ed, though. Hey, he's probably called Ed quite a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I guess while he's killing you, you can call him whatever you want.
Exactly. Al Bundy. That show was freaking terrible. I think I watched about 4 minutes of it once. That was some real Americans proving their morons stuff. The fact that was a big show in your country.
But I think part of the appeal is that, like, when you watch it, you feel better about yourself. You know?
Oh, one of those. Yeah. I've used that excuse to watch a lot of things I've been caught watching, in fairness.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, like, how many, like, you know, the shows where you just go, I mean, I literally told people about, like, there are certain movies where they go, is it a good movie? I go, no, but it's fun. You know, it's like The Fast and the Furious. It's like, is it a good movie? No. Is it fun? Yeah. I go, just go there, turn your brain off, and, like, eat popcorn and enjoy it for 2 hours.
I mean, that does presuppose that your brain was on in the first place, which I feel like does not apply to a lot of the audience for some of this content.
That's a good point. TV Blaze in the chat says, I can't unsee David's whiteboard in the chat in the background as him strategizing on how to win an air hockey. Yeah, as you can see right there. That is a hockey rink.
Tactics.
Tactics.
Are there tactics in ice hockey?
Yes. What kind of question is that?
That it doesn't look like there are, does it? Just people sort of skating around really fast and then twatting each other.
Are there any sports where there's no tactic?
Quite a lot of football, like as in soccer. I think that football pretends it's got tactics, but there's not a lot going on.
What?
No, top level, but like...
Yeah, the interesting thing is I will tell you that ice hockey and soccer, or football, as you say, actually have a lot of similarities.
They do. I know this boringly. I know this from data, like shot analytics and things like that are very similar, aren't they?
Well, just, and the power of like triangles and the power of moving without the, in football, moving without the ball, and hockey, moving out without the puck. There's 22 players on the field. Only one has a ball. What are the other 21 doing? Same thing in ice hockey. There's 12 players on the ice. Only one puck. So what are you doing without the puck? Which is actually quite difficult to teach. But if you'd like to, I can go over this right now.
That would be absolutely excellent. Maybe just hold fire just a couple of hours.
Okay.
Until we've wrapped up the poker. But yeah, I think that would be a really good value add for the viewers.
Lime Ricky says, maybe there's no tactics in Frisbee golf. Well, you haven't played Frisbee golf then, my friend. Obviously, there's tactics. Are you kidding me? Tons. What's up, everybody? We do have giveaways. Don't worry. We still have four during the show, 2 after the show. So 6 in all. That's right. 6 $109 tickets to be given away. How are we going to do it today? Are we going to do two Law and Things questions and no keyword?
2 Law and Things and no keyword.
Or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. Well, no, because that's only 2 giveaways, isn't it? What if we've got a long final table?
Or we could do 4. We could do 2 Law and Things questions and 2 keywords. And 1 keyword, but the keyword gives away 2.
We probably should have some sort of production meeting before the show, shouldn't we? Rather than doing this on air. I don't know how much people are...
Yeah, if you had put your clothes on in time, we might have.
I know, but I was unaware, wasn't I? I was having some intimate time with myself, and the candles were all lit. The Kenny G was on, and then suddenly we're on an hour earlier. I'm like, it's a total panic in my brain. What am I supposed to do?
No, that's a good point. Lime, I will say, listen, how about bowling? There's no tactics in bowling, right? I mean, bowling, it's just knock down as many pins as you can, obviously, right? That's it. Very simple. Ace King here for Peaky Collins. Might get a little bit of action. Again, we've got some deep stacks, although Infection Tom has come down with something. He's down to 12.5 big blinds. He's been a bit leaky lately. Open-ended here for random regs. Who doesn't feel very random at this point? Lawn bowling. Happy Ray says, what is the stream today? Happy Ray, you've been with us long enough. This is the stream. This is it. It's every day like this.
Lawn bowling. There's unbelievable amounts of tactics in lawn bowling.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to come out and say I don't think there's any game where there's no tactics. None. Right? You've got to always be thinking. Lots of hearts out there. Nobody has a heart, including my co-host Nick.
That's definitely true.
Straight, though, for Peaky Collins.
Ruin Kind is correctly saying there's also tactics in bowling for dealing with spares and so on. Yeah.
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 And I would imagine, like, if you're up on your opponent or you're down, you're going to be doing, you'll be going for different things. I would imagine. I
would think so.
I'm not at that point. I'm just trying to get the highest score I can. Pedro says, yeah, that's smart. That's good. You're true.
The Wheel of Justice is a game with absolutely no tactics. Well, is that true? We've already established it only picks people who have been good during the preceding week. So there's some tactics there.
You also have to show up. You got to be here.
You got to be here. It's a metaphor for life. You got to behave well and show up.
Yep, we got an all-in and a call. Infection Tom, unfortunately, has come down with something, and he might just be out. All in for 12.5 big blinds. Ace King going to make the call. Only a 10 will save him now. And that, my friends, is not a 10. 9 of hearts on the river, and Infection Tom, well, he's no longer with us.
He was in chat. I don't know if he still is as Infection Live, so GG's to you. Well played. Remember, everybody that you're watching has battled through 1,865 entrants to beat the final table, so kudos to you.
Wow, nearly 2,000 runners. That is crazy.
Exactly. It's hard to reach this final table.
It really is. Infection Tom, by the way, picked up about $400 in bounties, plus $1,350 for sixth place. So you do the math and you realize he has made over $1,700. Well done, Infection Tom. Free roll password, by the way, is scary888. Kudos to our amazing moderator, Lime Ricky, who came up with that in honor of Halloween this week. Registration is open for that. Tournament will start in 58 minutes.
You can literally register now.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited. Peak your effort. You can't do anything for an hour, so...
You can practice, though.
You practice your free roll technique. Yeah.
Trying to think of what would you do in each spot here?
Pretty good flop for queens. You can bet a bit bigger than that, I believe, as well, because you're quite deep and it's such a connected board.
Yeah, that's the key. On these kind of dynamic boards, you're going to want to bet a little bit more because you want to put some pressure on your opponent when you have a draw as well. So I'd go quite large here. They go 11 into 15.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're going to set up a shove on the river if it's a blank. And I think that's the play. I mean, when you don't block top pair, I think, and especially on a wet board like this, you can be really aggressive. Either A, your opponent's got some sort of a draw, you want to charge them for it, or, they've got a jack. And if they've got a jack, you want to get max value out of it.
Absolutely right.
You do anything special this weekend, Nick?
I went to Lisbon.
Wow. That is
Lisbon.
Yeah,
Sorry?
Portugal. Beautiful.
Portugal. Yeah, it was very nice. Had some fantastic food. Some late summer sunshine. It was fun.
How does the weather compare at this time of year in Portugal or Lisbon compared to where you are in the UK?
Well, yesterday in where I am in the UK, it was 10 degrees Celsius and raining. And in Lisbon, Portugal, where I was, it was 22 degrees Celsius and I was in my shorts. So it's a massive difference, David.
Yeah, I think you can say unequivocally that Portugal, Lisbon is better than where you are now for this exact time period.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Sometimes you look up and I'm having a conversation, I look up and I go, how is this pot a thing? How is this still going on? One guy's got king, queen of spades. The other one's got 8-7 of diamonds.
Somebody's not betting.
I don't actually hate the check back on the turn from Peaky Collins. You've got enough showdown value. It might be hard to get value from worse. You're not really scared of any rivers. You do allow your opponent to bluff at it. How close is Lisbon to you?
I don't know in miles, but it's 2.25 hours flight on the way back and about 2 hours 40 on the way out or something.
Oh, that's actually pretty significant.
It's not very far though. I mean,
no, but on our maps though, it looks much closer.
Right.
But
you're American. Like 2.5 hours for an American is nothing, is it?
No, but a 2.5 hour flight is the difference between New York and Florida.
Right.
So I think when you think of New York to Florida, if you ask most Americans, if I said, hey, distance between, London and Lisbon, is that the same as the difference between New York and Florida? I would imagine most people would say no. It's Florida and New York is much bigger, much further away. And maybe it is. And maybe it's just the fact that it takes you longer to get there. I don't know. But either way, Barcelona is now 22 degrees as well. Ooh, I love Barcelona. Of course, we go there every May with 8-a-day poker. I will tell you wholeheartedly, no details yet for 2026 live events. But if you have never been to Barcelona and you've always thought of like, I should go, and it's just a great excuse to get out there. You get out there, you play some poker. It's right on the beach. It's just such an amazing time. What's up, Magic Mondayers? Thank you all for being here. Courtesy of 8-a-day poker, Nick Wealthall, David Tuckman calling the action. Down to 5 players, the remaining 5 players, all guaranteed $1,840, and plus, of course, whatever they've already locked up with their bounties. Pair of deuces are good right now. See if Chips wants to bet, try to rep the king.
I mean, why not?
You're probably not going to win with 10 high.
You're probably not going to win with 10 high, and your opponent's capped, and why not bet? There you go. One with the worst hand, the magic of poker. Should we give away a ticket, David Tuckman?
Listen, that's above my pay grade, but I will do whatever you think is right.
We're going to give away a ticket.
Boom.
We're going to play Loddon Thinks for a $109 ticket for Play on 888. A huge prize. You could be playing in a tournament like this one next Sunday for thousands of dollars. We'd love you to as our guest. You can enter this in our Twitch chat or our YouTube chat. All you have to do is guess what either David or I think the answer is. You're guessing what we think the answer is. Closest wins, only 1 ticket, so no complications. Only 1 guess per player. The only way you can mess us up if you guess more than once. Shall I ask you a question, or do you want to ask me a question?
Why don't you ask me one? I haven't really thought of one yet.
I'll ask you a Lisbon-related question.
I love that
Yesterday,
country.
I was in
state.
Lisbon.
Love that city.
I was in Lisbon. I was walking around in the 7 hills of Lisbon. Lisbon itself is in a valley between those hills and also on those hills. As you probably know, David, the castle was built first, and most towns in Europe are built from the castle down. When I was sightseeing and walking around yesterday in my shorts, how many steps did I record on my phone, which recorded all my steps? Sightseeing in Lisbon, how many steps did I record yesterday?
I have such a great visual, by the way, because I'm picturing you walking through in your, maybe slightly too short shorts. You're very, very
Don't
white.
get excited.
You're very white legs and your
Don't get
calves.
excited. I know. You can't turn yourself on air. It's uncouth.
I've got all of it there. How many steps? Now, the funny thing is that Nick does this. Nick actually keeps track of his steps.
Well, the phone does it on its own.
Well, but only if you're saying you've activated it to do that, right?
I don't know. Don't they all do it? I think they all do it. I think you just never look.
I don't think it does it unless you ask it to, does it? I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm going
to answer. Game changer. He's going to answer. Where is he going with this? Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Well, I'm just trying to picture, listen, are the shorts comfortable? Are shoes comfortable? What does he look like? I mean, I'm worried about the tan. Did he put suntan lotion on? Did he have to stop and go inside somewhere? Anyway, I've got all this thought. Let me do it.
It's a lot to process. Yeah. I was with my wife. You can have that information for free if that helps you.
No, it does. Definitely does.
Free info. Top pair for random regs.
How many steps?
Or random rags, actually. Random rags. Who does not have random rags? They have top pair, as I mentioned.
Okay, I got it.
Well done. Well done on knowing what you think.
Yep. I've only been wrong once, so.
You have only been wrong once. It's a very good record.
Yeah. And Nick's never been wrong. I've only been wrong once. How many steps do I think Nick took yesterday? Well, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Either way.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Are you tired today?
I'm all right.
Okay. Good to
We
know.
won't. We won't. Although the day before yesterday, the marathon, which we didn't know, there was a marathon on in Lisbon, and I was tired looking at them because it's quite hilly. The marathon's quite tiring anyway, isn't it? Can you imagine doing a hilly marathon? Wouldn't
Yeah, I
have
don't.
thought so.
I can't do. I'm not going to do the math right in my head, but I assume are marathons in Europe the same length as they are in the States? So in the States, it's
Yeah.
20. So it's 26.2 miles.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly how many kilometers that is, but it feels like a lot. Like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't even want to drive that long.
And do you know why it's that length?
I'm going to go with it's something with like, it was the distance to like something in Greece, right? Or Rome. Like, I'm going to say it was like the distance from someplace to like, you know, the capital in Greece, something like that. That's my thought process. What is it?
It's a good guess. Yeah, it's the distance from Marathon to Athens, and
Okay.
apparently a messenger ran it and then died after he completed the run in ancient. Apparently true in ancient.
Why am I laughing?
Greece.
So it's the
don't know.
distance from the city marathon
Yeah,
to the
Athens.
capital, to basically the capital.
Yeah.
Okay,
And he
so that
ran
wasn't-
and then he died. And they thought, here's a good idea. Why don't we do that as a race, seeing as how he died?
Wow. How fast did he do it in?
I've no idea.
What was the first marathon run in? That'd be a good Latin things question.
This is a good one things question.
So apparently, Noob Frost Mage, thank you very much, Finn. 42.2 kilometers is 26.2 miles. I mean, that's a lot, right?
It's really a lot.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
No, it sounds terrible. Not only have I never done it, I've had some of my friends have done it and I really they love it. Not only have I never done it, I have zero interest. Like, there's no interest whatsoever.
Really?
None.
See,
like, this sounds terrible to me.
I've done it and I didn't like it.
It sounds terrible.
It is.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I like sports a lot and I like working out and I go to the gym. I don't really particularly like running.
Yeah, I was the same. And I just wanted to do it to experience it. And my sister got me to do it many years ago. And yeah, I don't like running. It's really hard.
You know what I did enjoy?
What?
I will say, as we watch this play out here, 5 players remain in Magic Monday. I did do one of those mutters.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like, it's like a
With
10
the
kilometer.
obstacles and everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a 10 kilometer long race. But in the 10 kilometers, there'll be like 7 or 8 or whatever it was, obstacles, like climbing over things or through things. And you try to like do teamwork and everything. And you get really muddy and disgusting and dirty. I enjoyed that because I like problem solving.
Yeah, the marathon is just one problem, which is how do you keep going for 26 miles?
It just sounds so boring.
It's not boring because it's really, really hurty.
but I mean, I mean, even if I was in great shape, I'm just running along like 20, 30 minutes into it. I'm going, what am I doing? I'm doing this for the next 2 hours, 3 hours. Why? I mean, there's got to be something better to do right now. Anyway, we should do a tough mutter. We should do a mutter for the our Magic Monday crew. You, me, Lime. We'll do it in Costa Rica in the rainy season.
Okay.
We'll
Put that in our workshop ideas folder.
Listen, you and I can wear GoPros. It'll be one of the days that Lime Ricky is reined in and she can't get out, and our job will be go rescue Lime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, batting aside all of the monkeys.
Right. I'll talk to 888 about the budget. I'm sure we've got that much in the budget.
I think
Should be
so.
easy. Yeah.
Would you like to actually give away this ticket?
I would. I mean, I think it seems silly not to.
Okay.
What'd you ask me?
We could just chat about it. I asked you how many steps did I record when sightseeing in Lisbon yesterday with my wife, and your answer is what, David? And how did you come up with it?
Well, I know you're a walker. I know that because I know you very well. You are the walking margarita. So with or without a margarita, you do walk. You walk a lot.
I walk.
Yes. And I would imagine that under normal circumstances, you would walk in excess of 10,000 steps
Wow.
on a day through Lisbon. Yeah, because you're a monster. You're an animal.
That's a lot of steps.
It is, but you are a walker and a talker. And Lisbon's a beautiful, beautiful city. So you're going to be walking around it. But you said you were with the wife, and that's a really good piece of information. And I thought the wife might want to stop occasionally, get a cocktail or two. Maybe you saw a shop and she wants to buy herself something, or maybe you want to buy yourself something.
We're on holiday.
Right, exactly. So I think you stopped a couple of times for some drinks, maybe a little bit of food, maybe you bought a present or two, and I think that probably lowered down. So instead of over 10,000, I went below a little bit, and I went 8,500 steps.
8,500 steps is the exact right answer, David Tuckman. That is what you think I did when sightseeing in Lisbon yesterday. Very well played. Also very well played to our winner, who got it exactly.
What?
Daniela Poor. Daniela. Or Daniel. I don't know which it is. Can you tell us, please? Is it Daniel Apor or Daniela Poor? I never know when your name comes up. But you've won either way. It doesn't matter what it is.
I'm going to go with Daniela Poor.
Okay. They win anyway. They win a $109 ticket. You banged the right answer. Well played. If you did not get the right answer this time, do not worry. We've got lots more giveaways.
Yeah, but you should probably worry because this was an easy one to get.
This was an easy one.
Yeah, this was easy. So if you didn't get this one, I would rethink your life goals, rethink about how you approach your decision-making process, and really kind of put the work in. So maybe, next time we play this game, you'll be better at it.
Jeepster is disappointed it wasn't 6767. It's not 6767, Jeepster, because we're not 14. You're looking for a show with a totally different vibe.
Yeah, there are shows on Twitch with 14-year-olds, also YouTube, and you can find those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
But this is not it. I am curious, though. So how many steps did you actually take yesterday?
A lot.
I know. I knew that. You're a walker.
We did a food tour, and we did a castle, and we did a botanical gardens, and I did. Can you see that?
No, I can't. You suddenly you're off. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. 16,000.
Yeah.
Okay, there was no shopping, right?
Not much shopping.
If you had shopped.
I don't really shop.
Okay, fair enough. 16,000. See, guys, I knew it. Nick is a walker. I was right that you're a walker. I just underestimated.
You're right. I'm a walker.
I understand. 16,000.
I really like walking around cities that I don't know. It's cool.
How many kilometers is that? Did they say?
I've no idea.
I mean, can you figure that out?
I can use the Google machine.
I mean, if your average step, what's your gait? What is your average step?
Expansive and flowing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've got the tighter shorts that are slightly too short. I'd say you're probably about
It's about 12 kilometers according to Google.
Wow.
So that's quite good, isn't it?
That's a lot. There's a lot of walking. I would be very, very. I don't think I would walk that much.
I did, in fairness, eat a lot as well. So I don't think I actually did myself any good, to be honest.
New Frost Mage says my 15,369 answer is way closer to the real answer. Problem is the real answer is irrelevant.
That is not the real answer. The real answer is 8,500, to be clear.
And New Frost Mage, you know better. You know better. We still have a lot of chips in play. It is.
We do.
Is it No Limit Freddy? No Limit Freddy, not to be confused with Limit Freddy, who is in here. No Limit Freddy has already locked up $282 in bounties, and they are all in, and they need help. A club or a jack. Not going to happen. 3 of spades on the river, and No Limit Freddy is no more. They are out in 5th place. They will take home that $282 that I mentioned, plus $1,840. So all in, you do the math, and they're going to pick up just under $2,200. Not a bad day for No Limit Freddy. And we're down to 4. Peaky Collins commanding lead here, 100 big blinds out of the 230 that are in play.
Must be nice, right?
I mean, I'm confused though. Okay, so Running Kind says, or is that Ruin Kind? Either way, I used to do 20 to 30,000 steps a day when I had a face-to-face sales job.
Jesus.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. What is the average person? What does the average person do a day?
Well, I don't know. How would you even have an average? What's an average person? Someone's got a desk job or something.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you take all the people that have the sales jobs and all the people that don't really work for a living, like you and me, and then you take the desk jobs and you average them all together.
According to Google, well, I don't believe this. Where's this information from? According to Google, the UK average is 3,000 to 4,000. The US average is 4,000 to 5,000. How can the US be more? You're more chubby, aren't you, as a people?
Yeah, I would be surprised by that. Although, yeah, I mean, who the heck knows? I don't know. I mean, when I lived in London, I walked more simply because I walked everywhere. I didn't have a car.
Yeah, you definitely walk more if you live in a city. That's definitely true.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't own a car, so I mean, I walked everywhere.
Right.
I mean, in LA, like where my house is right now, there's one pizzeria I could walk to, but it's really a walk. I mean, it's like 2 kilometers from my house. Not that that's too far, but it's like, it's a good size walk.
Leo says the houses are bigger and the fridge is further away in America.
Ah, that's a good point.
There might be something in that.
Yeah. We just put separate fridges. We have my wife has a beverage fridge in her office. We have one downstairs. I mean, our house is not big, by the way. And we have separate beverage fridges all over. She wants one in the bathroom, too, next to the bathtub.
That's excessive fridges.
It really is. She wants a wine fridge right next to the. And I'm like, really? I mean, can't you just plan this? Like, you're going to get a bath, just get the bottle of wine and bring it upstairs with you?
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe she needs one of those ice buckets on a stand next to the bath.
She has
that's
one.
What she needs. Oh well, there we go.
That's what I mean.
Wait, how many bottles is she consuming in one bath?
Oh well, she's married to me.
There you go. Sweet release later at the end of the day.
Moss Truck says, I walk my dogs twice a day, 30 minutes each time. That's about 8,000 steps. It's a lot of steps. Maybe I'm underestimating how many steps I do when I walk my dog. Because I do walk my dog a couple times a day as well. I just never thought it was that many steps.
Yeah, I mean, they rack up.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Top pair here for Random Regs. Random Regs, what a story here. I mean, again, pointing out their success on our site. They... one of the most profitable players on 888 Poker in 2024. A lot of that because they pulled the $100,000 bounty last year in the XL Spring main event. So lucky and good. And they're just going to add to that here as they've already locked up minimum $2,500. First place is $6,500. No shorties here. Chips 182 is our shortest stack on about 25 big blinds. Free roll starts in 36 minutes, everyone. Password, courtesy of Lime Ricky and Halloween, is Scary888. That's right. No spaces. Scary888 gets you in there. $500 in cold hard cash being given away.
What's your Halloween outfit this year, David?
We are going to, my wife and I are going to be before and after. She's going to be like the pretty version. And I'm going to be the ugly version. So, like, I'm after beer goggle. She's before.
Of what?
So okay, so before you've had any drinks, she's going to be the pretty one. And then after is going to be me. So we're actually going to be wearing the same exact clothes. We're both wearing the same wig. So it'll be like after beer goggle, before beer goggle.
Got you. That's quite funny.
Or no, the other way around. Sorry. She'll be the pretty one. I'll be the one that actually is.
Everyone got there, David. You don't
Thank
need
you.
to.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody thought it was the other way around.
Right.
That's a good idea.
So we're going to do that together. It'll be a fun one.
I think me and my wife might go as Britney Spears before and after. I'll be before when she was,
Really fit.
Pop Dynamite. I'll go in the red cat suit, and then my wife will be the after when she's gone a bit mental on TikTok.
I love that idea, and I'm going to really think about it. I'm going to chew on it. I am going to mentally think about it over the next 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I suggest you do the same. We'll be back soon.
The more I learn about the game, the more I realize how I underestimated how important position really is. Position in poker determines whether you're first or second to act. So at the table, the first few positions are an early position, under the gun, +1 or 2, depending on how big the table is. And then it becomes middle position, so hijack, cutoff, button. And then you have the blinds, small blind and big blind. When I first started playing poker, I was more interested in whether my hand was good or bad. And the flop was good or bad for my hand. Did I make the nuts? Did I not? Should I bluff? Whatever. I didn't really think that much about position. I knew it was something. People told me it was important, but I never really figured out why it was important. And these days, I realize that it is largely determining how big of a pot I can win and potentially lose. Playing out of position, it's harder to get value and it's harder to bluff effectively. And those are two pretty important tenets of the game of poker. When you think about playing a big pot in poker, you think about, I'm gonna have to bet before the flop, on the turn, on the river, right? You have a really good hand, you wanna make all those bets. When you're in position, you're last to act and will always get the chance to reopen the betting action. But when you're out of position, often you're gonna be checking your opponent, and that means that sometimes you get to the river and you'll be wanting to put another bet, but you're gonna check and hope to trap or let them bet, and they'll just check back and you won't get your value. And so if you think about it, when you get to the river of a decent sized pot, the pot's gonna be a lot bigger if you have the chance to bet in position versus when you're checking out of position. So at times you're gonna have to play out of position, and there are some things you can do to change your game to make it more profitable for you. One of them is to start with a tighter range. Because it's harder to bluff effectively and get value, you just want to start with a tighter range, give you a better chance to win the pot and then win bigger pots. Other things you can do post-flop would be either to check raise an opponent more often who bets too much, or if they bluff too much, you want to check call them and trap them with your strong hands. One of the most important ways I think 3-betting changes when you're out of position is the sizing of the 3-bet. A lot of players size their 3-bets the same whether they're in position or out, and you want to give your opponent a better price when you're in position and a worse when you're out of position because, as I said earlier, harder to get value, harder to bluff, and so you want to charge them more right now when you're out of position. If we're talking about overall, what's the biggest mistake people make out of position? It's playing too many hands. If you're playing too many hands, you'll say, oh, I'm getting a good price, and maybe you are right now, but the hand doesn't end right now when you call out of the big blind, or even worse, out of the small blind. You still have to deal with a flop, a turn, and a river. Those bets can be a lot, and should be a lot larger than what you just called. And yes, you're getting a good price right now, but what happens on the river when you're playing a 100 big blind pot with a mediocre hand? There are obviously a lot of tools you could use to get better at playing either in position or out of position, but I think one of the most important is just experience. And out of position for a lot of players is like other spots for them where they feel uncomfortable. And a lot of players, when they feel uncomfortable, they don't want to think about the spot, they don't want to study the spot, they just want to move on and go to the spots where they're more comfortable. But it's actually those situations where you don't exactly know what to do or where you can experience the most growth in your game and are some of the most important to pay attention to. So don't be afraid to get in the mix, play out of position, maybe make some mistakes and learn from them.
There was a point though, like 2010, you made a deep run in the main event.
Yep.
Like mid 2000s, you win an Aria super high roller. There was a point where it looked like you might be the next great tournament guy.
Well, I think that might just be a little overstated.
Okay, maybe a little, maybe like there was a short-term variance, but I'm saying there was a point there where it looked like you were at least taking it seriously, and maybe this was the path you were going to take.
I was never all in on tournaments, but obviously I was very fortunate, but I had a lot of early success, not even early, 10 years in, whatever. I had a lot of success, but I think it was just a byproduct of the time.
Okay.
Like, I also had a lot of very close misses. I think I have like 11 or 13 WSOP final tables. I've never finished better than third, so it's like...
a lot of variance there.
Everything, it's just, back then we were very ignorant to it, so you put a run together over the course of a couple of years, and it's like, of course you're the next hot name and you're going to be the guy who does it. But I just always kind of went back to what I knew I was winning for sure at, which was cash. Tournaments were kind of supplementing that. It's like, oh, I ripped off another 500K score. I guess that means I get to take a bigger piece of myself now playing in this private game that Ivy's route,
Right.
which seemed like it had way, way higher potential and a much larger ceiling available than chasing down these high rollers, which I feel so fortunate I didn't fall down that path, because those guys get all the glory and they deserve every fucking bit of it, because what they do is a hellacious task. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. They are so studied and they work so fucking hard, and they do it all for like 10 to 12% ROI on 5 or 6 million a year.
People have said this, by the way, and I feel like you've probably said this on one of your 719 podcasts.
Sure.
Where if you can be successful in that realm,
Yeah.
then you can probably be far more successful in so many other realms.
You could run a country, you could do whatever you want. Like,
Be a CEO of a company.
yeah, absolutely. They're leaving so much money on the table for the love of the game and the chase and thrill of the competition. And I don't blame them one bit. And I can't sing their praises enough, because I truly admire how hard they work and everything they do. But I also know that, like,
Welcome
their
back to
hourly...
Magic Monday. Hi, everybody. Nick Wethall, David Tuckman here. As 4 players remain in our hunt to find a champion in our sale event. Yes, sale event, $55 to play in this particular tournament. We had nearly 2,000 runners, and these are our final 4. Random Regs, who was one of the most profitable players in 2024 on 888 Poker, looking to make their stamp here on 2025.
So I think it's Random Rags.
Oh, yeah, but Random Reg sounds better for poker, doesn't it? Like Random Reg?
No, Rags is 2 bad cards, like Rags.
Oh.
Yeah. Random Rags is like 6-2 or something.
So yeah, whenever I talk about like a pro, like Random Reg, like, oh, it's the Random Reg. But okay, you're probably right here.
I don't know, but like it looks more like an A than an E.
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know. There's no way to ever know.
No. A pair of aces here for Relay 10. Is that right? Relay 10.
Probably, but maybe it's Rally or Raleigh or Rally.
Relay 10.
Or that, yeah.
Anyway, you cut it, the Relay 10 here with a pair of aces looking pretty good. Chips has picked up a gut shot to go along with the pair. Relay 10, by the way, they binked the Big Shot 33 back in June. So they're here looking for their next big score. This will be their highest and biggest score on 888 Poker ever.
Nice. Well done to them.
Chips 182 won the XL Series Mystery Bounty Special last month for $2,800.
We love big wins. And this tournament is a big win. If you didn't hear at the start, this is the sale week Mystery Bounty main event. So you paid 55. Usually it's a 109, but the prize money is pretty much the same as if you paid 109. So these players are getting a huge return on their money. Wasn't easy to do, though. They had to battle through 1,865 entrants.
That's a lot of entries here. And
Entrants.
yeah, 1,861 of those have already fallen by the wayside. We are down to our final 4. Peaky Collins still in control, but as we have seen many, many times, things can change very, very quickly. Don't imagine Peaky Collins calls this one. No big bounties really in there anymore, so the bounty is kind of insignificant in terms of the decision-making process. Free roll, by the way, starts in 26 minutes. I feel like when I said early on in the show, I jinxed us. So early on in the show, I said, well, with the free roll starting an hour later, bad news is we won't be able to follow your progress.
You did jinx us, yeah.
Well, maybe we will.
Maybe we will. Yeah, because other than chips, these players are pretty deep stack. You can get coolers, big hands, obviously, but there's a lot of chips in play here.
Well, that's nice. Look at that. Yoga Drazel guy. Or is that YGG Drazel guy? Either way. Drazel guy got their ticket for $8.80 satellite and finished at 194th for $65. Nice job.
Yeah, awesome.
That is that is a 700% return on your money.
Yeah, just keep making 700% return. You'll be absolutely fine at this game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there have been a couple of investments in my life where I've made that big a return, but not many. So well done, you. Password for the free roll that starts in 24 minutes is scary888. Peaky Collins picking up queens again? Didn't he just have them?
Chips just had them. They're moving around the table, basically. Like typical ladies and their fickle attention.
Yeah. Best way to keep a lady's attention, of course, take her to Lisbon.
That's it.
Make her walk 16,000 steps.
That's the euphemism. Take her up Lisbon.
Pair of aces here for chips 182. We might have a long show here, and I feel like we've already gone on many, many tangents, Nick. So I'm not sure what we're going to talk about over the next hour.
It's going to be a car crash. Stay tuned. Chameleon says, WTF, it started an hour earlier. Yeah, I know. As I've said many times, I was naked at the time. And they said, Nick, it's on. The show's on. What show's on?
I know. Sorry, Chameleon. Good news is we've only given away one of our tickets so far.
That's true.
We still have plenty left. So
you can
good
still
luck
win.
you.
You can be a big winner.
Yep. Hulor, hello, Edmonton. You know what, Nick?
What?
This is the perfect opportunity. We haven't had it in a few weeks. The world famous Nick Wealthall shout outs.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Are you ready for it?
Feeling sleepy. I got it.
Do you want to stretch?
Okay. Look, Peaky Collins has got queens again. How did you do that?
Again. The ladies love them.
They do. So if you're watching tonight, we would love to know where you are watching from. So give us a hello and tell us where you are, and try not to make it up because it's never that funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can surprise us. And we'll give you a shout out in a second. So where are you watching from? Still, me and David are old guys. It still blows our mind that this goes out all around the world from our bedrooms.
Yeah, I'm going to play the drums while this happens.
You're going to play the drums. Okay, I think we'll make this really short then.
No. It's just a drum roll to get it going.
Okay.
Once you start, I stop.
Okay. Oh, you're just going to do it until... Okay. Hello to Brazilian Donk in Sao Paulo. Jamie's in Great Yarmouth. Good to see you. Champagne Poker's in Calgary. Emilion doesn't know about time change. We already know that. Hermano's in Mexico. The Crazy Scotsman's still in Glasgow. What's up? Andy Exxon in Torquay. Mikkel in Denmark. It's the Pits is in Bedrock. Hi to Leo. He's in Barcelona. What are you doing in Barcelona, Leo? Boutros is in Finland. Varank is in Gozo Kochem. Ontario Poker is in Quebec. Day Magi is in their living room, obviously. Ex-Merciless is from the White Cliffs of Dover, which I flew over, funnily enough, earlier today. Mo Shark's in Mexico, 3N Glenn's in Vancouver Island. Pedro is an hour behind. Wanunian's in New Zealand. We are literally all around the globe now. Guy Raker is in Budapest. TP Blaze is from the Welsh Valleys. Natris, good evening to you in Lithuania. Ola Joe to Do Ben. I believe I've probably just said a rude phrase in Brazilian. You're in Brazil. Welcome to you. Hi to Sanon. Hi to Artenuts is in Australia. No one so misses in Lithuania. Scott is in Loughborough. Mo Shark says, shout out to all Canadians. I second that. YGG's in Germany. Aj F. Ho is in Campinas, Brazil. The Oxy is in Latvia. Leo Gygek is working, and that's where he was in Barcelona. Vanna Perkele, isn't that from a book, is in Finland. And that's about it. Boniflash is from Ukraine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome.
That's amazing. Honestly, it never gets stale to me. It's just the marvel of the fact that we're in all these places. The shout out to, by the way, Gozo. I was like, wait a second, that's not a real place. And yet I looked it up, and I just went to the Visit Gozo website. It looks beautiful.
It's part of my homeland. It's the second island of Malta.
I did not know that.
It's where I got married.
It's beautiful.
It is. Unlike Malta, which is quite built up and less beautiful nowadays, but Gozo is very beautiful still.
The village of Ta Kersem has a population of only about 2,000, but culturally very active. This is a beautiful spot. Discover Gozo. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
wanna
it's
go
well
there.
worth a visit. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
I mean, sometimes people play around. They're like, oh, I'm on the moon. I'm in Mars. I'm whatever. And you're like, okay, come on. But I genuinely love to hear where all of you are. I love the fact that we can do the show and the fact that, Nick is 5,000 miles away from me.
It's cool.
And I'm here in Southern California. He's in the UK. And you guys are all over the world as we celebrate this great game, poker. It's pretty cool. Ontario Poker says, is the Wheel of Justice still a thing?
What? You must not go on social media, my friend. It's the viral sensation of 2025. Jeez.
Yeah, it's huge.
And 6-7, neck and neck.
Yeah, there will be, talk show hosts are talking about it. Fairly certain it'll be all the talk at all the New Year's parties. So, of course it is. Just stick around for the end of our show. And you can be a part of it today. It's pretty exciting. We got blind on blind violence here. Players are not quite as deep as they were earlier. I'm not sure, though, you want to get 34 big blinds in there with ace-6, though. Rally 10, though, might want to take this upstairs with ace-jack. And they do. Mikko205 says, how do I get a $109 ticket? Very easy. You just play one of our silly games. Watch our show, play one of our silly games. They're all unfair, which means you have just as much of a chance of winning as anybody else.
Great statement.
And maybe today is your day. And if not, next week maybe.
But soon, definitely.
It might not be soon. But it might be. Let's put that out there. Peaky Collins still kind of in charge here. And with the big pay jumps between second and fourth, you might see Peaky Collins kind of putting a little bit of pressure on his opponents or not. Instead, it's Random Rags who is taking his raggy ace and putting pressure on Rally 10. I'm actually surprised Peaky Collins didn't do that. They had a bigger ace.
Yeah, Peaky Collins, it's not the first time I've noticed they're not playing that aggressively. And when you've got it's no slight on them, they can play however they like. But when you've got a big chip stack that's not playing that aggressively, that is the recipe for a longer final table, obviously.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Yeah, listen, I think a lot of times players make the mistake of thinking that when they have the big stack, they have to play aggressively.
Yeah, you don't have to at all. No.
Now, it certainly might be optimal, but understand that when you play aggressively as the big stack, you are also occasionally going to get coolered and be out in 8th or 7th or 6th more often than you would if you wouldn't. Now, you might win it also more often too, but...
Yeah, it definitely is optimal because your chips are actually worth less per chip than the shorter stacks. And it's also true that players tend to play badly and overfold against players that have them covered. So it's very often optimal to play aggressively, but you don't have to. It can't be wrong to not play aggressively when you're the person in the commanding position. You can just play your hands if you like. That's probably what got you there in the first place.
I genuinely think that if you play a big stack more aggressively, you will win more often.
Yeah, I think that's true.
You'll also come in 8th, 7th, or 6th more often. And I think, from an EV standpoint, it's definitely optimal to play it more aggressively. But if locking up 3rd place and 4th place, you're like, if you would be really, really devastated if you didn't finish in top 4, then hey, play it in that way. 3s, by the way, not good here, as Peaky Collins has got a jack. What's up, Zubaitis? Hello, everybody. We've given a $109 ticket. We've got 3 more to go.
Nice. And the Wheel of Justice, obviously.
Mm-hmm. By the way, not only do we learn about poker on this show, but we learn so many different things. Like, hey, where was the marathon invented? Like, I did not. I guess that was the answer, something along those lines. But the fact that you've confirmed it for me, and I had no idea that poor soul died.
Don't know why that's funny. Just at least they have a legacy. They have a legacy.
Listen, there comes a point where doesn't like tragedy plus time equal comedy?
Yes.
Is that
the only debate is over how much time, obviously.
Right. I mean, there are comedians that are now making jokes, 9/11 jokes. Right.
They've decided it's time.
So definitely a little bit of a lull in the action here.
There is a lull in the action, David. What are we going to do about it?
Well, I was thinking if you wanted to, of course it's your choice, but I was thinking, we've got 3 $109 tickets to give away. Should we divvy them up a little bit?
Oh, you mean like 3 individual giveaways?
Yeah, I was thinking like 2 separate keywords and a lot of things. Again, this is stuff we probably should have discussed in the pre-production meeting.
Well, unfortunately, as you know, there wasn't a pre-production meeting because I wasn't aware of when the show was starting.
Right.
But luckily, we've kept that behind the curtain. I haven't just blurted that out. And
Right.
We still look professional.
Right. And in fairness, by the way, I just want to make sure, and I'm not going to blurt this out. I don't want anybody to know this. We never have pre-production meetings.
That is also a problem with saying that we should have done it in the pre-production meeting. That's another problem.
Right. We're going to pull back the curtain here, guys.
I think we're living down to their expectations. Let's put it that way.
There you go. But yeah, I was thinking that might be the way to go because it seems like this one might go on for a while.
Let's do it because this poker is the boys and girls at the final table need to kick it up a notch. Let's just say that. We can entertain ourselves by giving you tickets. Very, very good idea, David. We're going to do a keyword giveaway.
I like it. For 1 ticket, right?
For 1 ticket, but it's a big boy. It's $109. So if you are the winner, you will not feel like this was just a small giveaway.
Wow.
This is a big deal. We're going to do a keyword. All that means is you type in the same word everybody else types in, and you're entered automatically into the draw. You must do it on Twitch because YouTube is not part of this. Go over to 888 Poker TV, where the software's running. Very, very easy to do. Lime has picked the keyword in honor of my weekend romantic sojourn to Lisbon. She's picked marriage is dead. She hasn't. The keyword is Lisbon. Lisbon.
There you go. It's not love. It's not marriage is dead. It is Lisbon. Get your Lisbon in the chat.
Yes, love is the answer, Alex. Lisbon is the keyword. Type Lisbon in 888 Poker TV's chat, and you are entered into our $109 prize draw. And we wish you all the best. Somebody's going to be a winner.
We'll have a top pair here for Random Rags.
We have had an 888 live in Portugal, haven't we? I wasn't there. It was just before my time, I think. But didn't you have one in Porto, or am I dreaming that? Was that a WPT or something?
It was a 888 Poker WPT Deep Stacks partnership.
Right.
And it was in where the coastal town golf.
Porto? No.
No. Oh shoot. Somebody can help me out here. Porto is close, I know. It wasn't Porto.
Oh.
I'll remember it. I will remember it, but it was beautiful. It was actually only I'd been to Lisbon once. I've been to Porto, and it was the first time I was at this place, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I loved being there. It was a smaller project, so it was. I went out there and did it. It was, but it was a lot of fun. Like the food was just phenomenal.
Yeah, we had great food. I think Portugal might have great food.
Oh yeah. I
I'm
remember
joining the dots.
And the casino was right on the beach, so I would just scatter onto the beach. It was gorgeous. Where was it? I'm driving me nuts now. Now I've got to look. Can you cover the tournament? I've got to find out. Yeah,
sure, no problem.
Thank you.
David's going to look up his previous poker sojourns.
Where was this?
Well, you were there.
I know.
Estoril, says Pedro. Estoril. Vigo. Cascais. That's next to Lisbon, isn't it?
This
Towers,
is not.
I think.
This isn't helping me.
Oh. We're trying to help.
I know. Oh Lord. This is bugging me now.
Last chance to put in Lisbon. Type in Lisbon into the Twitch chat. You're entered into the prize draw. We're going to run it in the next few seconds, so hurry up. Type in Lisbon. You must be in it to win it.
Must be in it to win it. That's right. It's kind of a no-brainer. You can't lose on this one. All you've got to do is type in Lisbon, and you might just win a $109 ticket. There's not even any skill here. Okay, we're ready. We all ready. Who's going to win? It is Inidentificave.
You've nailed it.
Yeah, thank you. I thought I did. Villamora.
Identify Cavell. It's Identify Cavell.
Congratulations, you just won a $109 ticket. As always, if you want a ticket today or if you ever win a ticket, make sure your whispers are not set to private. So Lime Ricky, our amazing moderator, your ticket, and then you can possibly turn that into hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Who knows? Yes, Villamora. Shout out to Pedro, who helped me out on that one.
Villamora, okay.
Which was one of my favorite. I loved it. Like I said, I always, whenever I go to these wonderful places, and poker has obviously been very nice and very generous to both of us, as it has taken us around the world and given us the opportunity to see much of the world. Whenever I go to a place, I will often immediately reach out to my wife and be like, you don't need to go here. You're not missing anything. Okay. And there have been places that I've gone to that I'm like, yeah, whatever. But Villamora, I immediately was like, oh, wow. Yeah. If I ever come back here for poker, you've got to come with, because this is gorgeous.
Cool. Good tip. I've never been.
Yeah. Apparently it's a
So many great places in Europe, though.
Yeah. If you're a golfer, if you like the ocean, the beach, golf, and casinos, and you like great food and great weather, you might just like Villamora.
Me. I'm in.
Yeah, I think one of my friends actually, one of my American friends actually retired out there.
Seems like a good place to retire to, in fairness.
Yeah, they have very favorable, even if you're not in the EU, they have very favorable, if you want to become a resident. It wasn't very difficult. Like basically I think it was if you made a $300,000 investment in the country, but your investment can literally be just like buying a condo or house.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they stopped that. I think there was a temporary thing to try and get more money into the country, but I don't think that exists anymore.
All right. It worked for a while. And they were like, okay, no more.
No more Americans with laptops. Thank you.
Right. But my buddy took him up on it. He went there and he's like, yep, I went there. I play golf 5 days a week. He's loving life.
Nice.
Yep. He's out there like, I want to say like 8 months a year. So the blinds have gone up, and you can see Rally 10 and Chips are now down to 20 and 24 big blinds. Random Rag still really solidly in second, but Peaky Collins has just been absolutely commanding. They did not come into the final table as a chip leader. No, they did. Pardon me. They came in as a chip leader. They lost it very briefly, but it was very brief as they've been dominating. They've locked up $1,600 in bounties, by the way. TP Blaze went to Villamora, went there 2 years ago. Not much going on that for Random Rags. I imagine this just goes bet fold, but we'll see. It does. Peaky Collins almost back up to 100 big blinds. It's a pretty dominating performance by Peaky. Mickle 205 asking what bounties are left. None of the big ones. We came to this final table with one $300 bounty left. But that went, by the way, that was gone pretty early. So just the smaller version, just the smaller bounties are left. Of all the European countries you've been to, and I assume it's many,
Yes.
what is your favorite one to go to on
Italy.
holiday? Italy for holiday. Okay.
Yeah. I love Italy. No, with no close second, really. I mean, Malta, but it's not really a holiday for me. It's like family and all of that stuff. So that doesn't really count. But after that, Italy. But there's so many great, as we Chips won't call this, there's so many great cities and places to go in Europe. Like, we still haven't got around them all. Like, I've never been to Lisbon before this weekend. So
Well,
we're trying to get around them all.
I mean, I'm trying to think, what are there, like 45 European countries? I mean, I don't think people realize just how many countries are in Europe.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's a lot.
And a massive variety of culture and influences and language and food and environment. It's great.
Yeah. TV Blaze wants to go to Greece. Greece is one of the few places I've never been. That, I mean, I should say, one of the few places I've never been that I really, really want to go to.
I recommend Crete. We went to Crete a few years ago.
No.
Big island with a huge amount of variety on it. Lovely. Athens is great.
The things I like, probably very similar to some things other people like. I like beaches. I like warm water. And I like really good food.
Drazena is shouting up Budapest for you, David.
I've been to Budapest. Fortunately, 888 Live, we went to Budapest. I've been to Budapest now like 4 times already. Great city. Great, fun city. Great city. You know. I have never been to the countryside, though, which I would like to go to. We'll ask people in the chat. For those of you who travel, where has been the best place you have vacationed to on going on holiday? Where is your absolute top place? Pocket fours versus ace queen. It's looking good for the ace queen and really bad for rally 10. Not going to happen for them. 2 pair, then the flush. Peaky up to 120 big blinds and absolutely running away with this. Rally 10 eliminated in 4th place. Peaky Collins adds a little bit more to their bounties, and Rally 10 is gone in 4th. They will pick up a lot of money. Okay, courtesy of 4th place and the bounties, Rally has earned themselves about $5K. So a very impressive. Run Gooder says there's 49 countries in Europe, 193 countries in the world. I thought there were 212 countries in the world. Have we lost countries? Another all in here. Oh, a lot of outs here. A jack, a queen, a king, a 9. Oh my gosh, how does he miss them all? Huh. There are just too many outs to even say.
Chip
I mean, the board could have paired.
card.
So Chips doubles up. Random Rags is down to 19 big blinds. Okay, so let's see where we are, folks. Mallorca, we got Croatia, Thailand, Greece, Crete. Pedro says that the town of Marathon is great. Just don't run there or run away from there, apparently.
Good advice. Pia Samoa says Noob Frost Major. I've never been to Samoa.
Ooh. Lake Ontario, Victoria Falls, which is the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. It was insane. You would hear the waterfall for a mile before seeing it. Okay. Pair of queens
Biggest
here.
waterfall in the world? Highest waterfall? Biggest drop? Something.
Is it? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it's very big, I think.
Yeah, I've been to the waterfalls down on the border of Argentina and Brazil, which was just gorgeous. I mean, I will tell you, listen, growing up, I've been to Niagara Falls, which is beautiful. It's really nice. And then I went to that waterfall, and I was like, oh, gosh. I was like, Niagara Falls is like turning your sink on compared to that.
Peaky Collins 3-betting the ace rag. 3-handed, perfectly fine, but interesting, they might be upping the aggression a bit. We'll keep an eye on that.
Nick!
What?
It has finally happened.
What?
The free roll has begun.
Ah, welcome free roll and free rollers. Jump in if you haven't already. because apparently it's actually begun. You can play for your share of $500 on us, the 88 Poker TV special free roll password scary888. 888 isn't scary, it's friendly. But Halloween is scary, and that's going to happen soon, apparently.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you something. That the only thing that's scary about 888 is how they run their business. They just give away money, folks. They're giving away money. Yeah, it is funny how, depending on where you live and what your life experiences are, obviously you'll get all sorts. I mean, I've got people saying that Boston is great, depending on where you live and what you regularly experience. Oh, we can get an all in a double up. We could. Jack's first 9-8. There's the 8. An 8 or a 9 in random rags is out, but the ace of hearts on the river and random rags has doubled up. So they are back in second place. Yep.
Game Changer says Ithaca, Greece, which I haven't been to. Cindy Bear says Cindy, you've listed most of the world there.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Cindy, I'm asking you for your
sound good. It's just a lot.
Yeah, I've asked you for your favorite place.
Oh.
This is not like a brag of how many places you've been.
David says no.
Yeah. Blorank says there's only 840 players registered in the free roll. What has happened? Well, hey, listen, better odds for you to win. Go get it. Register now. By the way, registration is still
very
open.
Confused this week. Everyone is very confused about time, Blorank. Everyone doesn't know what time is what or what they're doing. Do you remember in the old days, like now it just updates on your phone, but in the old days, people would just be late for work. They'd forget that they had to have some dinner. They'd go to sleep at 3 a.m. It was all very confusing for people.
It was the most bizarre thing in the world. It was like, am I supposed to stay up till 1 a.m. to change my clock? I don't get this. Is ridiculous. Now, it's fortunate because your phone just changes for you and you don't have to worry about anything. The only evidence that even the clock's changed is the fact that I feel a little bit more well rested in the fall.
A little bit more annoyed that it's dark earlier, basically.
Yeah, my microwave oven will stay the same time for like 6 months. It'll just be off for an hour for 6 months straight. Cindy says, too hard to pick. Well, that's Cindy. I understand, but life is sometimes hard. This is the assignment. For me, I will tell you one of my favorite places in the world to go on holiday is Kauai, specifically Kauai of the Hawaiian Islands. Like Gozo, I imagine, it is of the islands of Hawaii to visit. It is less touristy and less developed still. Like Maui at this point, very developed. So Kauai is one of my favorite places to go. I know it's a very, very long trip for you guys.
Very long.
Yeah. I mean, how long is the plane ride to Hawaii from the UK?
I have no idea. I've never even...
Like way too long, right?
Well, we can't go direct, so...
Like 20 hours, right?
Between 17 and 24 hours based on number of stops.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. Yeah, from here, nonstop out of LA, out of Los Angeles, 5 hours to Hawaii.
Okay.
So for people here, if they want to go, if we want to go on vacation, like in a tropical, it's like, you're looking Mexico, we're looking Costa Rica, or Hawaii is a big stop for us. Still lots of giveaways. If you haven't won one, don't fret. We still have 4 more $109 tickets to give away, 2 during our show and 2 when our show ends. Does the show ever end, though?
Unclear. We don't know yet. We can't promise. A more lively 3-bet from Random Rags. Maybe this is a portent of more aggression in our final table.
Yeah, I mean, Random Rags, we saw Random Rags earlier on, 3-bet chips. So chips opened up pre-flop with like 6-5. Pika Collins decided not to raise with the ace-9, but Random Rags did 3-bet with ace-4. Pika Collins, to your point earlier on, has kind of chosen the more passive chip leader route. But Random Rags, I do suspect that if they get chips, they will be far more aggressive with it. Run Gooder says, don't visit Jamaica today. Yep. Honestly, our thoughts and prayers with Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica a couple of times. I absolutely love the island, but they are, unfortunately, that island it will not resemble what it looks like. They are dealing with a horrific hurricane right now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and
bad.
if you know the infrastructure, the tourist areas are one thing, but if you know the infrastructure of Jamaica and you've been there, you understand that they do not have the infrastructure to deal with a hurricane of this magnitude. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. It's pretty scary. So we're sending our Magic Monday magic to Jamaica, and hopefully they'll get through it okay. Lime Ricky with the Costa Rica hype. Costa Rica's fantastic. I can't speak specifically for where Lime lives, but I've been there twice and I love it. The Cloud Forest specifically, and is it the RNL volcano? Just gorgeous. Apparently, Kingston is supposed to take a direct hit. That's awful. Top pair here for Random Rags, and I'm going to keep saying it. If Random Rags gets chips, I think they could pull away.
Yeah, you have that info that they were third in profit on the 2024 leaderboard. Does that include the 100K mystery bounty prize or not? Because it's much more impressive if it doesn't.
No,
obviously.
it does include that.
Oh,
Because
right,
the bounties are part of their profit. I mean, it's half of the prize pool, so it does include that.
Yeah.
But still, third is pretty good. I mean, that's very impressive. Unless, of course, their total profit was 91,000.
Or unless 32,000 gets you third place on the leaderboard and they were actually 68K in the hole.
Right. Hey, well,
Who knows?
Well, I mean, they've played quite well here. I've been pretty impressed with their play.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So
They're chipping up.
three-handed here. Battle of the Kings. This could be interesting. You might get you might get a 3-bet from Random Rags with King, Little Diamonds. And then chips will be all in and Random Rags will be committed. But my prediction is wrong. As my wife likes to point out, I'm wrong often.
Professional wrong machine.
Yes.
That's what she called me to you. No, called you to me. Oh, God. Blew it. You know what I meant.
Everybody knew what you meant.
Something rude. Something rude towards you.
Musimons is knocked out of the free roll with pocket queens. Unlucky. If you have not been knocked out, if you haven't even registered yet, you can still register. In fact, registration is still open for about another 25 minutes. Password is scary888. Get in on the action now. If you're just tuning in and you're going, wait a second, how long has this been going on? Yeah, the clocks, everything got messed up. We've been here for an hour and 40 minutes already.
Have we really? Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Trips for Random Rags. Turning Random Rags into magic.
Yeah. It's always nice when you're playing well. And you can see this. This is going to get them up to about 50 big blinds. They're just going to put a small little bet out there, hope their opponent calls and maybe catches something. Pete Collins does make the call. Lucky for them, they don't catch a queen or a 9. As this could have gotten a little bit more expensive. And look at this here. Up to 50 big blinds now.
Yeah, they keep chipping up. They have been hitting hands, in fairness, but still closing the gap.
Yep, absolutely. All three of these players, by the way, guaranteed $3,425, plus, of course, whatever they've locked up in bounties. Pinky Collins has already locked up $2,000 in bounties. Chips has $400 in bounties. And Random Rags has got $600 in bounties. Worth noting that Random Rags came into this final table 7th in chips, so one of the shorties have been able to turn it around.
Just how they dreamt it.
Yeah, absolutely. And chips being aggressive here with absolutely nothing, just 9-7 on an ace-8 board. And you wonder how involved does P.K. Collins get here with ace-8? This is blind on blind, three-handed poker. Is there a world where the chips go in right now? Chips just limps in. Well, hold on. There's a raise. I got to imagine here's a jam.
David's constructing drama. I think Chips is just...
There's a jam.
No,
There's the call.
Oh, wow. It happens.
It happens. 8 on the river and we're heads up. Oh, my God.
Chop it up.
I feel like I did a really, really good job constructing that drama.
You manifested that. You talked it into existence. That was all you.
And then, come on. Oh. And then we just get a walk. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely easy from the sidelines, as we know. But when you're blind on blind and someone with 24 big blinds limps and then shoves over your raise, I haven't seen that line as a bluff very much.
No, but I don't mind. I mean, listen, it could also be ace-5, though.
It could. I'm just would underline what I've said. I only see people do that when they have a strong hand, but maybe that's me.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a small pocket pair.
Yeah.
You know,
I've only seen people do that when they have a strong hand.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, Cindy Bear's out. Yeah. Cindy Bear, deuces never loses. Rhinorian 89 says everyone loves a chop pot. Yeah, nobody in production, in poker production, likes chop pots. Nobody.
True.
In fact, I'm actually in favor of changing the rules and making it like, if it's a chop pot, whoever has the highest suit in their hand wins. Just getting rid of chops completely.
Interesting. Suit rank it, but we must have a winner. We need a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not a big fan of the 5-day cricket with the draw. I don't like it. I don't like 0-0 ties. Nobody likes that. I like winners. I need a winner. Okay. We already know that spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. How hard could it be just to, the highest suit wins?
We'll put it to a vote. Not here, obviously, just whenever there's a next poker vote, like the next poker symposium, whenever that happens.
Yeah. Mickle 205 says free roll is making me question if I have anger issues. Well, listen, the important thing, Mickle, is the first step is understanding that you have a problem. Then you can deal with it.
True story.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, and I'll throw this out to the audience, I'm sure Nick obviously knows, but I won't spoil it. For those of you who do you know why it is spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs?
I don't know why.
You don't, really?
No.
Yeah, well, I'll let the chat tell you. I'm assuming somebody in the chat knows.
They're all Googling furiously. Literally nobody knew because they haven't typed it fast enough.
It's just alphabetical. It's literally just
alphabetical. Why is it the wrong way around?
I'm just saying. I mean, it's literally alphabetical. There's spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. Yes.
Well, that's dumb. On that bombshell, let's give away a ticket.
Is the keyword that's dumb?
It should be.
Yeah.
I just picked the keyword and it isn't that, but it should be. We've got a $109 ticket to give away to you.
Boom.
This is true of one person that I'm pointing at. You can enter on 88 Poker TV's Twitch channel. If you're watching on YouTube, you need to hop over because the software runs on Twitch. All you do is type in the keyword when everybody else is typing it in, copy and paste, super easy to play, equal chance of winning. Somebody wins a $109 ticket. In honor of Peaky Collins, who is a friend of this stream, Jasatoko on Twitch. This is info from Lime.
That's awesome.
The keyword is Jasatoko, Jasatoco.
I love it.
Jasatoko is your ticket to a big ticket.
And by the way, Jasatoko, Peaky Collins, a.k.a. Peaky Collins, congratulations. We absolutely love when we get friends of our show doing well here. I don't believe I'm going to guess, since we didn't hear from it, that they didn't use a ticket they won on our show.
Oh, we would have heard about it. Would have been banging on about it every third sentence.
Right.
Don't worry about that.
Jasatoko, get it in the chat, and you might just win $109. One of you is going to win it. This ticket is burning a hole. Yeah, it's burning a hole in Lime's pants, and she has to give it away. Who's going to win it? One of you. We'll take home $109 ticket. If you don't win, don't fret. We've got one more to give away. I have an amazing, amazing question for Nick Wealthall.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Jasatoko loves 888. Aw, we love you.
God bless.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
I don't know why I said it. As an atheist, it's not the highest. It's not the highest endorsement I can give.
I mean, it's just funny. I've been working with you for years and years and years, and I don't think I've ever heard you say that. It made me chuckle.
I like to keep mixing it up. Keeps God on his toes as well. He's like, well, I won't get anything to do from Nick, and then suddenly he's got to bless someone. Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, Jesus.
Both players hit a flush here. Peaky Collins or Jasatoko, get those keyword in, has hit a pretty high flush. Paired board. I'm not really all that concerned with a full house, though. We're three-handed poker. I think this is a bet, though. Wow, you got to bet that, Peaky.
Yeah, Jack High.
You got to bet that. That's just too high a club. I mean, I'd argue that you could almost bet any club, depending on.
Let's find a winner, David. Somebody's going to win a $109 ticket. We're rolling this bad boy.
Yep, the ticket is in my hand. I'm going to give it to you.
He's going to give it to you through the miracle of pushing it into his computer. Duracell 2. Duracell 2. Or
well
Duracell
done.
2. Or Duracell 2. You're the winner. Well done, you.
Yeah, well done. God bless. Set of nines here for Peaky Collins.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Congratulations. We still have 3 more $109 tickets to give away. One will be through a very ridiculous game. We'll play Nick Thinks. I'll ask Nick a question. And the other 2 will be at the end of the show with what is quite possibly the greatest content out there, period. Not just poker related, but just everywhere.
It's legally proven that it is, because I've been saying it's the greatest content in all of media, all in a call.
I like
going to be a double up.
Yeah, I like a 6. Although 4?
Only a 4.
Yeah.
I've been saying it's the greatest 3 minutes in not only poker media, but all of media, and nobody has sued. So therefore, it must be true.
Yep.
Everyone is scared to take us down a legal avenue over this because it's so obviously correct.
Yeah. It's undeniable. That's undeniably, that's legal facts, by the way, folks.
Do you think Peaky Collins is named after Peaky Blinders?
Well,
or do you think it's some other Peaky thing?
We could ask them. They're in the chat.
Are they?
Yeah, they're in the chat.
Hi.
No spoilers, please, obviously, as you know.
Spoilers. No
but
spoilers.
Let us know.
Jasatoko. But is it named, and welcome, but is your screen name, why is your screen name Peaky Collins? That's a better question.
There you go.
Why are you Peaky Collins when you're also Jasatoko? But mainly, why are you Peaky Collins?
Great read. He said you're spot on.
It's Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders, great show. Shame they only made 2 seasons, but one of the best TV shows to come out of the UK in years for 2 seasons. And then they stopped making it, but that was a good idea.
I really enjoyed it. My biggest problem with the show, and it was just more of a logistical thing. It was really dark. Not like dark. Like I love dark comedy and I like dark. I don't mind, that. It was literally.
Is this an old man squints at TV story?
I couldn't, dude. There were parts, remember Game of Thrones? There were like a few episodes where it was like, okay, I understand it's the dark. I understand we're at nighttime, but we can't friggin' see the show. I can't see anything. And there were portions of Peaky Blinders I just could not see.
Oh, Jasatoko, you're from Birmingham. Cool. There aren't 6 seasons, Pedro. If you've watched the rest of the seasons, you'll know there are only 2 seasons. Jesus Christ, that show got bad.
We don't talk about the last 3 or 4.
I mean, I didn't ever get through the last season. I'm like, in order to preserve the memory of 2 of the greatest seasons of British TV, I'm not going to watch this anymore.
Yeah, it was like an athlete who just played 2 or 3 more years than they probably should have.
Exactly. First 2 seasons are incredible, though. It's stunningly made, even though you thought it was a bit dark.
Listen, like I said, I just know literally, like, I'm all for, I understand suspension of, I understand, like, you're trying, what kind of, I don't know what I'm saying. If I can't see the damn show, I can't enjoy it. Did anybody else have that problem? There was a couple of episodes of Game of Thrones that were like that.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones was famously stupid in how
it was just so dark. I was like, I can't see.
So there's a very we got trips on board here, but I don't think this is going to turn into a big pot.
No, it doesn't.
There's a very interesting, because you'll know this because you've worked in TV a lot. There was a very interesting phenomenon where there is a Jack on the River here, which might get a bet paid.
Yeah,
out of curiosity, like a curiosity call. Well,
I mean, yeah, you're going to go, well, yeah, 2 big blinds, you might get that paid for sure. I mean, you're getting 5 to 1.
Don't turn this Jack into a bluff. That's the tip. Okay, they just call. So what happened was, in the old days, if you go back and watch Lord of the Rings, for example, they use key lights. So if they're shooting a nighttime scene, they'll use a light to illuminate the actors, and it doesn't look real, right? So it's not that light at nighttime. It's still nighttime, but you can actually see the faces of the performers because they acknowledge that people are watching this stuff. And then basically there was this whole, we've got to make things more real idea. This is a true thing that happened in the directing broadcast community. We've got to make things more realistic, which meant that when things were at night, they stopped putting key lights on performers so you can see anything. It's like, it was very realistic, but I'm not getting a lot out of it, lads. Can we maybe...
So there was something I learned when I was studying film and theater. It's called suspension of disbelief.
Right, exactly.
And it's a necessary evil. It's also a matter of like, listen, when I call my friend up, normally I don't have a 27-second conversation with him.
Right, I don't hang up with saying what time we're going to meet. I just hang up.
Right. And I also, it's just not, but in the movies or the TV shows, you don't want to have a 6-minute conversation. It's not interesting.
Exactly.
So they just take the 27 seconds that is actually necessary to move the plot along. And then we accept that.
There's the darkness thing and the sound thing. So there's directors like Christopher Nolan who want the sound to sound real. So sometimes you can't hear what they're saying. It's because they want it to be, well, if there was a lot of background noise, you wouldn't hear what the person was saying clearly. And it's like, Chris, mate, seriously, buddy. Like, everyone is putting their subtitles on when they watch your stuff because you can't hear anyone. So, like, what are we achieving? Anyway.
No, but it's an interesting point. It is a matter of like, listen, I mean, we're in production here and we're trying to make good shows. There is a matter of like, do we, what can we show? It's just silly. It's just silly. I mean, I use subtitles for everything because I can't really hear. But
Like you're
it's-
you're using subtitles right now to indicate a cry for help to your wife, aren't you? With
Yes,
your T-shirt.
absolutely. I'm going to use subtitles right this moment. Lime, cue the subtitles. We're going on break. See you in 6 minutes, everybody.
The more I learn about the game, the more I realize how I underestimated how important position really is. Position in poker determines whether you're first or second to act. So at the table, the first few positions are an early position, under the gun, +1 or 2, depending on how big the table is. And then it becomes middle position, so hijack, cutoff, button. And then you have the blinds, small blind and big blind. When I first started playing poker, I was more interested in whether my hand was good or bad. And the flop was good or bad for my hand. Did I make the nuts? Did I not? Should I bluff? Whatever. I didn't really think that much about position. I knew it was something, people told me it was important, but I never really figured out why it was important. And these days I realize that it is largely determining how big of a pot I can win and potentially lose. Playing out of position, it's hard to get value and it's hard to bluff effectively. And those are two pretty important tenets of the game of poker. When you think about playing a big pot in poker, you think about, I'm gonna have to bet before the flop, on the turn, on the river, right? You have a really good hand, you wanna make all those bets. When you're in position, you're last to act and will always get the chance to reopen the betting action. But when you're out of position, often you're gonna be checking your opponent, and that means that sometimes you get to the river and you'll be wanting to put another bet, but you're gonna check and hope to trap or let them bet, and they'll just check back and you won't get your value. And so if you think about it, when you get to the river of a decent sized pot, the pot's gonna be a lot bigger if you have the chance to bet in position versus when you're checking out of position. So at times you're gonna have to play out of position, and there are some things you can do to change your game to make it more profitable for you. One of them is to start with a tighter range. Because it's harder to bluff effectively and get value, you just wanna start with a tighter range, give you a better chance to win the pot and then win bigger pots. Other things you can do post-flop would be either to check raise an opponent more often who bets too much, or if they bluff too much, you wanna check call them and trap them with your strong hands. One of the most important ways I think 3-betting changes when you're out of position is the sizing of the 3-bet. A lot of players size their 3-bets the same whether they're in position or out, and you wanna give your opponent a better price when you're in position and a worse when you're out of position because, as I said earlier, harder to get value, harder to bluff, and so you wanna charge them more right now when you're out of position. If we're talking about overall, what's the biggest mistake people make out of position? It's playing too many hands. If you're playing too many hands, you'll say, oh, I'm getting a good price, and maybe you are right now, but the hand doesn't end right now when you call out of the big blind, or even worse, out of the small blind. You still have to deal with a flop, a turn, and a river. Those bets can be a lot, and should be a lot larger than what you just called. And yes, you're getting a good price right now, but what happens in the river when you're playing a 100 big blind pot with a mediocre hand? There are obviously a lot of tools you could use to get better at playing either in position or out of position, but I think one of the most important is just experience. And out of position for a lot of players is like other spots for them where they feel uncomfortable. And a lot of players, when they feel uncomfortable, they don't want to think about the spot, they don't want to study the spot, they just want to move on and go to the spots where they're more comfortable. But it's actually those situations where you don't exactly know what to do or where you can experience the most growth in your game and are some of the most important to pay attention to. So don't be afraid to get in the mix, play out of position, maybe make some mistakes and learn from them.
There was a point though, like 2010, you made a deep run in the main event.
Yep.
Like mid 2000s, you win an Aria super high roller. There was a point where it looked like you might be the next great tournament guy.
Well, I think that might just be a little overstated.
Okay, maybe a little, maybe like there was a short-term variance, but I'm saying there was a point there where it looked like you were at least taking it seriously, and maybe this was the path you were going to take.
I was never all in on tournaments, but obviously I was very fortunate, but I had a lot of early success, not even early, 10 years in, whatever. I had a lot of success, but I think it was just a byproduct of the time.
Okay.
Like, I also had a lot of very close misses. I think I have like 11 or 13 WSOP final tables. I've never finished better than third, so it's like...
a lot of variance there.
Everything, it's just, back then we were very ignorant to it, so you put a run together over the course of a couple of years, and it's like, of course, you're the next hot name, and you're going to be the guy who does it. But I just always kind of went back to what I knew I was winning for sure at, which was cash. Tournaments were kind of supplementing that. It's like, oh, I ripped off another 500K score. I guess that means I get to take a bigger piece of myself now playing in this private game, the Ivy's route.
Right.
Which seemed like it had way, way higher potential and a much larger ceiling available than chasing down these high rollers, which I feel so fortunate I didn't fall down that path, because those guys get all the glory and they deserve every fucking bit of it, because what they do is a hellacious task. I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. They are so studied and they work so fucking hard, and they do it all for like 10 to 12% ROI on 5 or 6 million a year.
People have said this, by the way, and I feel like you've probably said this on one of your 719 podcasts.
Sure.
Where if you can be successful in that realm,
Yeah.
then you can probably be far more successful in so many other realms.
You could run a country, you could do whatever you want. Like,
Be a CEO of a company.
yeah, absolutely. They're leaving so much money on the table for the love of the game and the chase and thrill of the competition. And I don't blame them one bit. And I can't sing their praises enough, because I truly admire how hard they work and everything they do. But I also know that like their hourly is like 10% or 20% of mine, and they're maybe 10 or 20 times better than me at the game.
And the more I learn about the game, the more I realize how I
Welcome back, everybody. Still 3 players remain in Magic Monday. We have a 2-break Monday here for you. We still have giveaways. Of course, we'll follow the free roll is going on for the last 31 minutes. Registration, by the way, still open. Get in there. It is Scary 888. Scary 888 will get you into that free roll where we're giving away $500 in cold hard cash. Go get that. Nick Walthall, I am David Chuckman calling the action. So Peaky Collins, still our chip leader, has not relinquished that at all. Random Rags is kind of battled, though. So is Chips.
Yeah, Random Rags does look dangerous, but ran into a couple of hands lately. We'll see where this goes. It's not been too aggressive, I wouldn't say.
No.
But they've been pretty deep stacked as well. That's a pretty nice flop for 10-9 of diamonds.
Wow. I mean, it's like, well, I've got the straight flush draw and the straight. I've got the nuts right now with a redraw to, even more.
To the super nuts.
Yeah. The shocking thing is that they could actually lose this hand.
Right. Yeah.
And right now they're behind.
That's unbelievable. That's actually amazing, especially as you said it just as it happened. That's really, really crazy.
Yeah, the non-diamond 9 or non-diamond ace. And look at this. This is amazing. I mean, if Chips check raises here, and they really should, this is going to get really, really interesting, and it could get really ugly.
If they check raise, the money's just going in. Obviously, you can't fold. You're not folding 10-9 of diamonds.
There's the all-in. There's the call. The river's an ace, and look at that.
Wow.
Chips makes both straights.
Poor Peaky Collins.
I mean, imagine flopping that. Like, that's a story. Like, I flop a straight with a redraw to the straight flush, and I lost a hand. What?
That is ridiculous, actually. That's so unlikely.
So unlucky. By the way, that Peaky Collins is now our short stack. Now, they have plenty of chips, 30 big blinds, but they are now the short stack. We'll see how they react to that bad beat, or that cooler, I should say. Chips 182, now our chip leader.
Yeah, serious cooler. Like literally how to make someone get their money in when they lose.
Yeah, it's a reason I always point out to people who play cash games. I've seen people actually say it like they're like, well, I'm buying in for like this much, but I'm never going to put the money in unless I have the absolute nuts. And I always want to point out to people, I go, listen,
you're playing the wrong game, buddy.
Yeah, if you're playing no limit, only have in front of you what you are willing to put in the pot, because you could get into a situation like that where you have no choice. Chesatoko in the chat says, yeah, that was pretty ugly. Yeah, not much you could do, though. Good news is you had plenty of chips, though.
And that's part of Hold'em that can sometimes be hard to appreciate, especially if you don't play a lot. If you're like just playing on weekends or something like that, there are just not decent, but there is a percentage of Hold'em hands where you are actively supposed to go broke. And if you don't go broke, you've actually not played correctly. And that's a very strange... There's not many games like that, right? There's not many sports like that where you lose, but you were supposed to. Like, it would be bad poker if you didn't.
Yeah, and a big flop here for chips, by the way. Not much going on for Pete and Collins. Yeah, there are just so many hands that end up playing themselves.
Yeah.
And that's just poker, especially tournaments where the blinds start to escalate and you just don't have that many blinds. It's just, it is what it is. Tough. Tim, you're about 18 minutes late, but I appreciate the effort. Leo Gygax says, I go broke all the time, so that means I'm playing it right. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we're saying.
Some percentage of the time you are playing perfectly. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably not enough, but yes.
Random Rags is going to bet here. And this is really anybody's tournament. Chip's now in the chip lead. Random Rags still in second. It is Peaky Collins who's our short stack, but they're still fine on 27 big blinds. I want to welcome all of you. Registration is closing on the free roll like now, so get in there if you are not registered yet. Scary 888 gets you in. I didn't think we'd have a chance to do a free roll call, but we might be able to do one in a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, because this is definitely a slow one. Today's final table.
Yeah, and actually, I thought maybe this would be a perfect time. I wanted to go over, Nick, I wanted to go over the 1-3-1 power play. So,
perfect.
Yeah,
People have been asking.
Yeah.
How do we make the most of that extra man advantage, David?
Right. See, you've got the 1-3-1 power play here, and you can see here its triangles are big. Okay, lots of triangles. You guys got that?
Chat is unresponsive currently.
Yeah. Well, I hope you've learned a lot. It's just bonus coverage here.
We promised you added value. Tuck's Hockey Tactics Corner. You don't get it on any other poker show, and we know why. You don't get it on any other poker show, but here it is, completely for free.
Yeah, if we go to third break, I just got a delicious pumpkin brew. I mean, I don't know if it's delicious, but I just got a pumpkin beer that I was going to save for Friday. But if we make it to the third break, I will be cracking it open.
It's coming out.
And
Nice.
I will give a review of that in the next hour.
Things are going to get crazy.
Yep. TB Blaze says big triangles. Thank you, TB Blaze, for paying attention. TB Blaze, you.
I presume, David, that's because you want to make the extra man pay by making the opposition work when they're down a player.
Exactly. Yeah, triangles.
Okay. Big triangles.
Yeah. But I would tell you this, that I would imagine, I think that actual strategy came from football.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? How you have a man with a ball and, they have options on the right and left side, and you have these options there. And yeah, it's just you have the depth, and it becomes very, very difficult, actually impossible to cover.
Football tactics is all based around creating overloads, which is probably true in hockey, where you're just trying to give defenders 2 on 1s because can't do much about it.
That is the entire game. The entire game is trying to create a 2-on-1 and then capitalize on it.
There you go. You see, we found common ground across the water, across the frozen ice.
I feel like, listen, if we could find common ground using hockey and football, there's hope for mankind.
Surely.
Right?
No one saw this coming, that we would find common ground. The other thing no one saw coming was Chips with a dominating chip position at this final table, because they've been the short stack for from about 5-handed downwards. They've been the shortest stack. But look at them now. Yeah, they have made some hands when they've come back. This is not a slight on their poker ability, but they have made hands. They've come back. They've made a straight. They've made a flush. They've just been hitting and hitting and hitting. And poker becomes pretty easy when you do that. Moshrock, yes, there's a ticket left. There is a ticket left. Yes. Move to the edge of your seat. Not further than that. Mind your coccyx, which is the tailbone in a human. Relax. Random Rags 3 bets here. Chip's not going to get 2 out of line. And look, and now they got aces. I mean, it's just like, wow. They have picked up some hands. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you come back from the break 3-handed and you're making nut straights and flushes and you pick up aces, you're going to pick up some pots. I mean, there's just no question about it. Now there's a question. Do they just want to flat here, or do they want to 3-bet? They're going to 3-bet pretty small. Yeah, the small 3-bet doesn't do very much, does it, against a 22 big blind stack? Like, I don't. It doesn't. You know, they're never flat. Random Rags has no hand that they're flat calling there. I don't believe.
No, I mean maybe some other players might. Maybe some players are like, well, I'm getting 3-1. I'll call here. Who knows?
Maybe
We could get action here. In fact, actually, I expect the chips to go in. There's the all-in. I think sevens are too good to fold. They do make the call. There's the ace, though. Peaky Collins, will it hold? It does hold. Ace-jack is good. And Peaky Collins is back up to 37.5 big blinds. Random Rags had a real hand, but unfortunately for them, the sevens do not hold up, and they're down to 4 big blinds, everybody.
Jasotoko, Peaky Collins, probably still in our chat. Almost certainly looking forward to that one. Can Random Rags rebuild? This is going to be tough.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Wow. No call there, though. Remember, the bounties that are left are not relevant, really.
Right, but the money jumps are. So we've got 3,400 for third, 4,700 for second, and 6,500 for first. So
yep. Yeah, I don't think calling is automatic when your opponent has 4.5 big blinds. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, you're getting a good price, but it's not a great price. And when you've got your raggy hands, you can fold. It's not the end of the world. Queen 5 versus Queen 4. This is likely to be chopped.
Oh, free roll.
Chop it up. Both players with jacks, ace, queen, 8. Random Rags now on 5.1 big blinds. Random Rags still battling here. And there's always that chance, by the way, when you have 5 big blinds that, Chips and Peaky Collins can get involved in some monster pot. I mean, we saw it earlier with 10-9 and diamonds versus King 10. They get another one of those situations. The chips go in. You can ladder up in the second place and make yourself, over $1,000.
Well, they post the small blind here and have 3 big blinds behind.
Yeah, this is a shove. And this is a call with 9-4 suited if you want to, but you don't have to. They do make the call, though. And they hit a 9. There's a jack, a 9 or a 4, and we're heads up. Nope, we continue on, and look at this. Random Rags, double is up.
We've seen it done, David Tuckman.
We have.
We've seen comebacks from less than a big blind to win a poker tournament. So coming back from 3 big blinds, nothing. Easily achievable.
I mean, every poker pro will tell you the story about when they had like 1 big blind or less than 1 big blind and they came back. King 9 versus Ace 4. And this is another example. If this comes out running hard, how does Peaky Collins get away from it, right?
Surely not. Surely not.
Hello.
You've seen the script, haven't you, David? This is all scripted. You can't fool me.
No, a 6 would also be pretty spicy, as both players would make a straight. I kind of like betting. Ooh, Peaky Collins does not bet that. I think I probably bet there. They ended up getting there anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can win the pot immediately. You've got a ton of equity. I definitely think a bet's in order, but
yeah, you just put
bet the end. I think they're just paranoid about going broke, right?
Well, they don't want to bet and then get jammed on, but they have so much equity. It's just like, if you get jammed on, you're calling off, and you hate life, but it just is what it is. S Champagne Poker says David scripted this like a minute ago. If I scripted this, it would have been over a long time ago.
David.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, we need help on the river. I don't think they're drawing live. Nope. I was going to say they need help on the river, but they needed more than that. Queen 7 is going to be good there. 2 pair for Peaky Collins, and Random Rags is out in 3rd place. Peaky Collins picks up another $40. Random Rags.
Random Rags.
Yeah, Yeah, they picked up $4,000, a little bit over $4,000 for their third place money, and we are heads up. So we are dead even here, pretty much. Heads up battle, Peaky Collins, Chips 182, dead even for first place. What are they playing for? Well, they are playing for the final two bounties and about $1,800 difference between second and first. So $1,800 plus the last two bounties.
They will both accept a deal, David.
Wait, what?
That means we will get discussion after this hand because they put the deal handshake symbols on after the hand began, I think.
I don't understand. What's going on here, Nick?
Well, they're just going to talk about whether they would like to have a deal and save some money, given that they've got to the heads up. There's a big money jump between first and second. They're about even chips.
And they can just do this here on 8-8 Poker?
They can just do it, yeah.
That's amazing.
They're now going to be shown. They're now going to be shown money according to an ICM chop, which is obviously going to be pretty even. And they'll play for a small amount of remaining cash if they do both agree. We've got a deal, David Tuckman.
Deal.
History
All
is
right.
made. Peace in our time.
I mean, this is
Peace
really
in our time. Beautiful.
I do want somebody to make sure we mark this down. I mean, Chips 182, Peaky Collins agreeing to a deal. Nick and I agreeing that strategy from football and hockey are similar. I mean, October 27th, 2025.
Living together.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I actually have cats and dogs living together in my other room.
There you go. You see, it's the end times. It's the end times.
Yeah.
Makes obviously they're even chips, but also they've both battled through 1,860 players to be here. So well done to both of them, and I think a deal definitely in order.
Yeah, no, this is great stuff. I don't know exactly what they're playing for. They are playing for a little bit of money, and of course the final two bounties. And listen, at the end of the day, they're also playing for bragging rights. You want to win. Nick, should we celebrate this deal and this moment in time?
Together.
Yes, with Laud and Thinks.
Raise a glass.
Well, I have a glass here. I can raise that. But should I ask you a question?
Do ask me a question. Cheers. We got one $109 ticket to give away. All you do is guess what I think the answer will be to the random question David's about to ask me. Google will not help you. Closest to what I think, and I'll make my best effort at it, wins a prize. You can enter a YouTube chat or 88 TV chat on Twitch. However, you can only enter once. No duplicates, no spamming chat. Unless your answer is taken just as you type it, then we'll allow you to retry. But one answer per person. Lots of luck. David, what's the question?
Well, I'm going to go back to my little chart here and talk NHL. No, I'm kidding. We're going to go back in time, Nick, when you ran your very first marathon of your life. Okay?
Right.
I want you to go back in time and your very first marathon in your life. I want you to remember, what do you think, and maybe you don't remember, it was a long time ago, maybe it was last year, who knows, everybody. How many minutes did it take Nick Wealthall to complete that marathon? How many minutes did it take Nick Wealthall to complete that marathon? It looks like maybe he knew.
My answer is in.
How many minutes did it take Nick Wealthall to complete that marathon?
125, someone's put.
Yeah.
74. I'd have been on the fucking news.
I think, what is the record?
Like 1 hour 53, is it, or something? 1 hour 54, something like that. So the record's like 94 of all the humans ever. And I've done one marathon in my life. That should give you a clue. One.
Right. But I mean, like, yeah, generally speaking, like professional marathon runners are in the low 2 hours, right? Like 2 hours and 10 minutes, right? Okay.
Right.
Does everybody know that there's 60 minutes in an hour? This is a universal thing. It's not just America. There are 60 minutes in every hour. Okay. I just want to be clear that everybody understands that. Okay. How many minutes does Nick Wealthall think it took him to complete his first marathon?
First and only. And the only one. I will die with only one to my name.
I mean, listen, you've done it. Do we need to do it again?
No.
3 and Glenn says 37 minutes. He thinks he drove it.
I appreciate that, 3N Glenn.
Wow. Andy Exxon says 3,286.
That's more realistic. that's what it felt like, in fairness.
There you go. How long was the recovery on that?
I don't know, but you're pretty messed up for a few days afterwards. Like,
Right, yeah.
My legs were completely bananas.
Like your feet. What about your feet? Like just the bottom of your feet.
I was pretty lucky with that. They were okay. My feet were okay, but
Okay.
my legs were like rictus. Like, you know, like you can't walking like this like for a couple of days.
Did you do the whole like eat pasta the night before and everything? Like,
I don't remember. Probably.
okay.
It doesn't really help you much at like 20 miles of running. Like,
No, but I
we're
mean-
20 miles in, but thank goodness I had that pasta. I feel good, man.
Well,
It's like-
right, but I mean, imagine what you'd be like if you didn't eat well the day before. You know,
Probably
like
true.
right, if you had like something fried the night before, maybe you're not at mile 20, you're not even running.
Maybe so.
Anyway, get your
It's
answers
just
in. We're not
very
going to
far,
close the
David.
contest.
That's the thing. It's very far. That's the problem with it. It's too far.
It's ridiculous.
Stupid. It's stupid.
Contest is closed, everybody. The contest is closed. As this heads-up match continues, Chips now with a 2-1 chip advantage over Peaky Collins. They have made a deal. They are still playing for, the hardware. They are playing for a little bit of money, and they're playing for the final 2 bounties. Some players after a deal don't really play it, hard, but you can see these two still are battling. They want to win, and I certainly respect that.
Yep, they're still playing for a few $100s. And also, when you've beaten 1,863 players, you want to beat the last one, right? I know sometimes people shove it in after a deal, but when you've ground this hard for 2 days of online poker, I think you want to win it.
I mean, in fairness, people always marvel at that. This could get interesting. Peaky Collins could end up losing some chips here. I mean, it's a somewhat dynamic wet board. A couple of clubs out there, straight draw out there. You're only really losing to a queen. I don't know how you fold. I mean, now you're losing to 5-6 as well. Depending on the sizing, this could be trouble for Peaky Collins. Yeah, I think you can probably fold that now. But it's certainly pretty polarizing.
Yeah, it is really polarizing.
I mean,
That's why heads up is so hard.
I mean, they either have a queen or they don't, right? I mean, that's really it.
Yeah. Like, and a lot of times you should go with they probably don't, because it's quite hard to have trips, especially when they're only, they're the only other person that got dealt cards at the beginning of the hand. So
Right.
it's actually pretty hard to lay down there.
Yeah, no doubt about it, though.
But they were right.
Well, we're indeed right. We do have our answer in, and the contest is closed. We'll give away this ticket probably in a couple of minutes. Pair of deuces for Peaky. Now a little bit more of an advantage for Chips. Yeah, I always try to point out when people look at, they look at a situation like this, they're like, oh, well, if I already made a deal, I'm just going to get it in there. I want this to be, what am I playing for? And then I kind of point to people, I go like, hey, listen, if you were just playing like a sport for fun, like I play my friend pickleball or squash or something like that.
Right.
We don't actually play for
win.
Right. I don't play my friend for money.
Yeah.
But I really, really am competitive and I want to win.
Yeah.
So
Same when I play golf with my friends. We don't play for money, but it's really competitive. It's like you play to win.
Wait, you don't play golf for money? What's the point then?
I do. It depends who I'm playing with, but
Okay.
it doesn't mean that there's a couple of people I don't play for money against. It's still competitive.
Of course. If you're a competitive person, you want to win.
And they are playing for some money. I'm not sure exactly how much, but we always leave a few hundred on the side, I believe. So it's not like they're playing for nothing either.
No, absolutely. And with the buy-in, by the way, being $55, this is probably, 8, 9 buy-ins. Who knows?
Yeah, completely.
Pair of jacks are good here. Peaky Collins
Yeah,
in
nice
position
call
to
by
win
Peaky on
this.
the turn.
Yeah. I think 2 spades out there, 2 hearts out there. You don't block either one of those draws. You kind of have to go with it. I was wondering if Chips was willing to
That would have been the test. Yeah. If they'd have moved in on the river, that would have been a test.
Yeah, the board paired, which made it a lot harder to kind of jam it, I think. I'm not convinced Peaky would have let that go. Peaky Bill back up to 28 big blinds. Chips on about 50 at the start of this hand. So about a 2-1 chip advantage for Chips. A pair of 10s versus a pair of 8s. This one could get a little bit spicy as well.
Yeah, they defended the 3-bet here.
Ooh.
And that's pretty unlucky from Peaky Collins' point of view to run into trips here.
Yeah.
Running into trips once is careless, and running into trips twice is just, pretty unlucky.
Yeah, Chips 182. I mean, they've played very well, but they have, since we've come back from the break, they have run really, really well.
And this is basically the same situation as before, except there's a backdoor flush. But again, you've got to, when the money goes in here, again, they're either bluffing or I suppose would they shove with the queen here? I don't know.
I mean, remember, your opponent checked back the turn. I don't know if they're I don't think they're shoving because Peaky Collins could have some 10s in his range.
So it's pretty polarizing again.
Yeah, I would say at worst it's a 10, or nothing. There aren't that many nothings, but there's certainly, listen, when you check back the flop, your opponent can have a whole bevy of things,
Well, nice lay down by Peaky.
New Frost Mage says free roll call. Sure. How you guys doing in the free roll?
Yeah, who's in the free roll?
How you all doing?
And where is the money? Are we nearly at the money? What are we doing?
New Frost Mage is our 8-8 Poker TV free roll commentator. Want a free roll stat? He knows where it's at. I like it.
420 make the money, 594 left in, which sounds like there's a little way to go, but actually there isn't in the free roll. It won't be too long. Jamie is hanging in there. Jamoki's doing well. Timotim's doing well. Wayne Union's still in. Bad luck to 3 and Glenn and to Mo Shark. Pedro is 99th. Keep it going.
Yeah. Go, go, go. Good luck, everybody who's playing in the free roll. Players have made a deal. They're still playing for a little bit of money and the last 2 bounties. And, of course, they want to win. Right now, Chips 182 in pretty good shape. As you can see, about a 4-1 chip advantage for Chips 182.
Yeah, and Peaky Collins just been trying to hang in. They've really run into some hands here. Chips has been card racking it a bit in this setup so far, but it's not over.
Nope, not over by any stretch. All in with King 9. Does feel like an all in is on the horizon, though. Oh, it could be right here. I mean, you're not going to limp fold, are you? I mean, I'm surprised that wasn't just a shove. Wow. That could have just been a shove and a call, and this could be the final hand, but it's not. Instead, it is Chips 182. Peaky Collins has picked up a gut shot. Queen or 10 is good as well. Ooh. Ace on the river. See if Chips wants to check this one more time. Let Peaky Collins bluff at it.
I mean, Chips has been running so good in this match.
Yeah, he really has.
And Peaky Collins might bluff at it, trying to get them to fold a small pair. And
Yep,
they
there
do.
it is.
Oh,
All in.
so
There's the
unlucky.
call.
Wow.
Well, that's a well played final hand by Chips 182, and honestly, a well played hand by Pete and Collins. Not much they could do on that final one. Queen 10, they miss all the draws, trying to get their opponent to fold a smaller pair. Unfortunately for them, Chips 182 played the Ace King about as well as you could play it. They are going to win it all, and the final 2 bounties. We don't know the
Pretty
exact
well played.
details of the deal, do we?
Yeah, we do actually. Lime has given us to them. I can't talk. Brilliant. Thank God this show doesn't rely on that. The deal was 5850 for the winner, 5399 for second place. With the bounties, Peaky Collins actually won more money, 7,143, and Chips 182 took home 6,333. I'm sure neither of them will be unhappy with that. Well played to both. And GG's to Jasatoko in chat. Well played to you. Very, very good.
Yeah, that's amazing stuff. Well done to you. We have some unfinished business. Nick, 2.5 hours in, we are going to give away our final tickets. I asked you a question. We're going to give away a lot of things. I asked you a question. What do you think in terms of how long did it take you in minutes to run your first marathon? What was the answer, and how did you come up with it?
It's the first Lord & Things question, I think, in 4 years of being asked them on this show that I've been certain of the answer to. Amazing. Because I know my time, which was not impressive, but you know, your time for your only marathon is something you remember. So it's 2 hours 42, which is, I think, 282 minutes. So that's the answer.
That's amazing. By the way, that's incredibly impressive. The fact that you finished the marathon.
Right, yeah, I suppose that's the impressive bit.
You finished the marathon.
It's not quick, though. We did it very slow because I was bad.
Listen, you did it way faster than I would have ever done it. I mean, 3 miles in, I would have been like, this is boring. My legs hurt. I'm done. I mean, I'll see you at the pub afterwards, okay?
Exactly.
If you answered that, you may have just won. In actuality, our winner is Jeb75, who, by the way, was just 2 minutes off. They said 284.
Shout out to someone else who's 2 minutes out, but I can't remember who it was, but they were slower than Jeb. Well done, Jeb. Very good guessing by you.
That is so impressive. Well done. Well done, Jeb75. You just won a $109 ticket. I hope you turn that into thousands. And with that, we have the most exciting moment in streaming history. It is the Wheel of Justice, Nick.
David Tomlin is upstanding. He's reaching for his siren. This is it, boys and girls. If your name isn't on here and you want it on here in a future week, you need to exchange 4,000 Twitch channel points and you can be up here. You must be in the chat to win. We've got 109 tickets to give away. Let's spin the wheel. Round and round she turns. She always lands on someone that's been good this week, and that person is
you.
Crispo.
Oh, yeah. Crispy Crispor, are you here?
Are you in the chat? You must be in the chat.
Are you here? You must be here.
Me.
Yay! There you go, Bamu. I love it. Congratulations. You just won a $109 ticket. We have one more $109 ticket to give away. We will be back at it next week with more giveaways, more free rolls, more antics. Spin the wheel.
The poker wheel of justice never lies. See how fast the bastard turns. Somebody's been good this week on $109 ticket. That person is
you.
Oh, it's Noob.
What? Didn't they win last week?
Was it last week?
Did they win one last week?
It was recent. So rigged.
This is so rigged. That's crazy. Yeah, we had a respin.
Thank you. I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
We had a respin and they won. That is just insane. Noob Frost Mage just won another $109 ticket. Unbelievable stuff here.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's going to do it for us, guys. Once again, congratulations to Chips 182. Of course, congratulations to Peaky Collins, our friend of the chat. And for those of you who won a ticket today, congratulations. We are back at it next Monday, another Magic Monday. Happy Halloween. Happy trick-or-treating, all of you who partake. And for Nick Wealthall, for Lime Ricky, for Wendy, for everybody at 88 Poker, I am David Tuckman. Good night.
Good night, everyone.